Wrestling Gab. That's Delitha. I'm Travis. We're starting out with Hulkamania. Woo! Hulk Hogan. There he is. The Immortal.
There he is, everybody. There he is.
That music still gets me.
It make y'all happy inside.
Still my favorite. I wasn't sure because I didn't, you never know when you're going to see it again. This could be the last time, type of thing.
Could be.
But that music, when I was a kid, man, it would just, still giddy.
He's becoming a Scientologist. You might never see him again.
Uh-oh. Microphone was going out a little bit.
Wags is in the chat. Hey, Wags says, yay, I found you guys yet again. Oh, well, thank
Woo!
you for joining us. You better subscribe. Then you should always be able to find us and turn your notifications on. Woo! We're doing Raw tonight. Raw. 30th Raw. XXX.
Why does the mic keep going out?
Did he say bad words?
No, it just keeps cutting out. They're bringing him a new one. Is that guy coming around the back?
Forever together.
He didn't miss a beat. That's how you blow the roof off a crowd.
The Philadelphia Eagles run wild on you.
Well, when you're in Philadelphia.
Right. And they won, so. What happened if they would have lost? Would they have cried? Would they be like, oh, we're so sorry?
They would have burnt down buildings like they normally do. Like
the Cowboys almost did. They got into a big rioty fight, I guess, when they lost.
I didn't watch
yesterday. Sophie's in the chat. Hey, Sophie. Film's in the chat. Walter was in the chat, and he'll be back later. Pickle is in the chat, and Chris Connie is in the chat.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us.
First hour of Raw is commercial free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The film says, hello, Ms. Dia Travis. I am here. How's it going? Pretty good, film. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Wag says, I was getting blocked by the dang Cowboys kicker. Dang it. That's funny. Did anybody see the picture that somebody had? It was a 49ers fan. And they were trolling the kicker from the Cowboys with a sign that had Ray Finkel's face on it.
Lisa's out.
It said the guy's name, Mayor, or whatever his name is.
I have no idea what his
I don't know what his first name is, but his last name's like Mayor, M-A-H-E-R or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it said him, Laces out! It was Ray Finkel's picture. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, that's so funny! So, tell me if I'm wrong, if this is Mandela effect. Wasn't there like a kicker or some kind of a football player? I'm pretty sure it was a college kid. And he had like missed a field goal or a winning point or something and he killed himself.
No, but there was a kicker that was it, if this is what you're talking about, he was at USC and they were at a party and they were in the backyard and he fell off a cliff.
No, I'm talking about one that like was gonna hang himself or did or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I know the USC one was very prominent because they were playing in the national championship or whatever.
Right.
And Pete Carroll, when he sent the kicking team out there, and then they just got to delay a game. Like he didn't send a kicker. But that's the closest thing I can remember of something like that. But maybe, yeah, I mean, wouldn't surprise me if something like that happened.
I just thought that happened. I don't know why. Anyways, let's see. P. Cole says, when your back stiffens up and it hurts inside. What? What are you talking about, P. Cole? That's probably called hemorrhoids. Just kidding. Sophie says, by the time Marcel is 6 years, all legends will be dead.
I know, it's sad.
But Sophie, there will be new legends.
Not really. They kind of stopped making those.
I don't know. Supposedly, they think they are legends.
I mean,
I was just trying to placate to all the WWE fans out there that are just in love with it.
You got John Cena and Randy Orton. That's kind of the last year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Legends.
Like,
Charlotte, one day.
yeah.
Becky.
Sophie says that. And Chris says Hulkamania is still running wild. Pickle says Sophie, stop being morbid. So he's like, John Cena is a confirmed star for WWE 2K23. Yeah, he's already on the pictures. If you go to do a pre-order of the game, he's already on the cover. Saw that earlier today. Chris says, of course, NFL virtue signaling on WWE TV. Matt Juggalo Galligan in the chat. Hey, Matt says
Juggalo.
Undertaker is here. Is he there?
And his big dong.
Piccola says he's not running. He can barely move. I just see a Cowboys fan dump his flat screen on the driveway and ran it over.
See, that's what we should have done. See, we had a TV. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't want to. We would have been out $50. Why would you do that? Silly. Sophie says they changed the Roman acknowledgement ceremony that was announced last week because they couldn't get a Afasika and Rikishi was sick. Piccola says on Sports Center.
Fireworks display.
Justin Martinez in the chat tonight. Hey, Justin says, who do you think is going to win the tag team championship match, the Judgment Day, or do you think the Usos are going to retain?
That is a really good one. I think the Usos will probably retain though.
Yeah.
But I do see them dropping the titles. Considering they're doing that
tournament to like split the tag team titles back up again, there's a possibility that the Usos will retain, yeah. Sophie says, good luck to whatever football teams that are left.
Here it comes. We're going to see that Roman Reigns ceremony right now. So the kangaroo court starting it out.
Ooh. So the teams that are left, Sophie, or if anybody really cares to know, are the Eagles and the 49ers and the Bengals and the Chiefs. Those 4 games, or 2 games, will be this next weekend coming up. The same weekend as... What's happening this next weekend, Travis?
Nothing.
Really? Nothing's happening on Saturday? Absolutely nothing. Oh, goody. He forgot. We're not doing it then. Yes.
Oh, Royal Rumble.
Damn it. He fucking remembered.
I was trying to think. I thought you meant like in 2 weeks, and I was like, no.
No, this Saturday.
And then the Super Bowl's after that.
This weekend. That's coming up. Yeah. This weekend.
It's right behind me.
Weekend.
It's hanging on the wall. Right above my head.
Anyways. So, yeah, that's what's happening on the 28th.
Yeah, and now we got the kangaroo court happening tonight on Raw.
Yeah, so instead of it being like a head of the table, like whatever you call it. What did they call that before?
Just a
generational whatever thing. Yeah, so now it's going to be judging Sami. That's what they changed it to. It's fucking weird and dumb. I don't know why. It's just so stupid. Chris says, wow, they showed Sasha but not Punk. Tara Sandone is in the chat. It's Raw live right now. It is live right now. It is happening right now.
Roman Reigns is standing on the ramp right as we speak.
Yep. Sophie says there's a rumor that came out today that we might be getting Steve Austin versus Roman at Mania.
I did see that.
That sounds really dumb.
I think they pitched it, but I don't think it went through.
Why on earth would it? That's just stupid. People's like, welcome to Raw. Is Jericho... So it says, I meant legends like Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Jimmy Hart, and whatever other legend that is over 70 won't be there for Raw's 60. Yeah, and all the legends that are already dead that should have been here for this Raw that's 30. So what's your point? Harley says, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Was on the phone with my... Fill in the blank. Your therapist. Your doctor. Your girlfriend. Your mom. Your dad. Your sister, your brother, your best friend, your drug dealer, your...
What?
I don't know. Robert Warney's in the chat. Hey, Robert, giving us a good wave with his... Hello.
Hello, all.
Chris says, garbage game last night.
Uh-oh. Somebody didn't like it.
Chris, I thought you hated the Cowboys.
We got a Cowboys fan up in here.
You're a liar. You said you don't like them.
Up in here.
Pickle's like, absolutely nothing. No Royal Rumble. Wag says the lousy probab. Sophie says, good choice that they are starting the trial of Sami during the commercial-free hour. Film says, hello, Piccola. Piccola's like, right now. All the Usos. Sophie says, I like D-Face when Travis forgot what is happening on Saturday night. Daz Reynolds is in the chat. Hey, Daz, do we get a 6-man tag tonight as well?
We could probably have a lot of matches. I don't know what the 6-man would be about.
I don't even know what's happening. Travis babbled about it earlier, but I wasn't listening to him.
Well, I mean, we have matches coming up.
Piccolo wants to know what's the cage for.
That cage is for Bayley and Becky. They announced it last week.
Tara says, do you know where we can watch this at? Oh man, it's on USA is the channel that it's on.
You know where I always steal
I've
stuff
heard
like
that you could
is
probably maybe try
TikTok.
TikTok, and you might be able to watch it on there. But I'm not condoning that kind of behavior. But that might be a possibility. Piccolo says, or at a friend's house. Wag says Vince McMahon. Harley says, it was my cousin. Oh, damn, I didn't say cousin. Damn it. Sophie says, if we do get Roman versus Steve at Mania, it will be interesting how they will set it up. Film says, here we go. Here we go. Let's get the party started. And Wag
I feel like
says,
they should have a gavel and a whole court thing.
And he's the judge
And
his
have
little robies.
the big wig.
And he has a robe and shit.
Uh-huh. Not a table. This is like litigation.
Where's his whatchamacallit? His
Acknowledge
lawyer.
me.
Somebody needs a lawyer. I think Sami needs one. Wag says, Travis, you happy for War Games in 2K23?
So is it in there? Is it confirmed? Yes.
I don't know.
By
I
the
didn't
way.
read all of them.
Yes, if it's in there, then 100%. I wasn't sure if it was going to be. But we got the Judgment Day later on taking on the Usos. Becky and Bayley in a cage. Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, one-on-one. And then the Legends. That's all that's been confirmed.
Yeah, confirmations. Chris says, can't wait for Taker tonight. Dad says, do we not see Seth with Street Profits? I don't know.
Are they chanting ECW?
I have no idea what they're saying. I didn't know they were saying anything.
You didn't hear all that chanting?
I heard it, but I didn't know what the words were. Francisca is in the chat. Hey, Francisca. Sophie is in the says Lita got added to the cage match as a special ref. They announced that this weekend since she was part of the last female cage match like 18 years ago. Chris says Raw and Philly, maybe some ECW legend will show up. Come on, Sandman. Maybe that's why they were chanting ECW.
You know, and maybe they're getting ready for that game because there is a whole ECW area. Oh, Paul Heyman owned ECW. He started it. That's his company. ECW
Dead.
ruined wrestling, and it'll never recover. Because you still get people wanting that.
Oh, he wants
Jesus.
Sami Zayn dead. Oh, that's nice. So it says, I felt like this segment would have been the main event segment if it was the other thing. Pico says, I'd rather see Francine or RVD. Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke.
There's Luke.
Says, hey, tried to instant message you too, but I forgot my Insta login info since I got a new phone. Both girls are born and machines in the NICU. Jade lost a lot of blood, so is in the induced coma as routine. So everyone is stable but critical. Needless to say, I'm stressed.
Yeah, that'll get you.
I'm glad that everybody is doing okay, or as okay as they can for right now. Godspeed to everybody getting better.
Did you see that on Friday when he had the contract in his hand, he opened it? Sami?
Oh,
After
he
Kevin
did.
took it and left?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like waiting for him to put his name in it or something.
Yeah, he did open it. I did see that. It was weird that he opened it.
Definitely a hint at something.
Pico says, let the bodies hit the floor. Paul knows what's up. Wag says AEW shall invade WWE tonight. Oh, all the crazy AEW people would love it. So he says Cena is the showcase mode, but you get to play as his opponents, not Cena. Sophie says, do you think tonight is the night Zayn gets kicked out?
Possibly.
Wag says prayers, Luke. Chris says Jimmy Snuka was in ECW, aka a part of Bloodline. Picola says hoping for healthy babies and a fast recovery, Luke. And Sophie says, will The Rock show up tonight? Harley says sending prayers.
I doubt we're going to see The Rock, but we
Anya,
could.
what is that, Chris?
What is it?
I don't know. What you got on your back, Brody. What did you get into?
Is it sticky?
Kinda. It's just weirdly.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Jury.
Who's the jury? He went down all the way down to LMNOP. Here we go. So why is Paul Heyman is just a hater?
I don't know. He seems to not like him for some reason.
Guilty as charged.
What a weirdo. This is dumb.
Here it goes. Prosecution. Here's Exhibit A.
Looks as I just need help asleep, but can't get my brain to turn off long enough to sleep. Yeah, that's how it goes. Wag says the tribe has spoken for Sami. If so, I see Sami screwing Usos or Roman at Rumble. Daz says, which Undertaker will we get? The regular one?
So look in the background. Look at Sami in the background.
Running away.
Okay.
Sophie says, at least after
Exhibit
Saturday, we
B.
have 2 main events confirmed for Mania.
Yeah,
says,
possibly.
But I'm just here to update you like I said I would. I'm going back to eat horrible but tasty late night hospital food.
Mm.
I'd hope it would be better.
Drops him down. There's a 1, 2, and 3. Why did they have to show the pen? Oh, and Sami did try to come in for the save. Slowly. Exhibit C.
Vindicator says, hello and goodbye forever. Ha, just kidding. So how's it going out there in Potato Land? It's kind of cold. It's cold last couple of days.
Look at him.
Wag says, hi, Kitty. Welcome. Bras for Kitty. This is Leopold.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. That's cool. All right, now here's D.
What?
D. Exhibit D.
Oh.
Okay, that's my name. Oh, wow, he hit him.
Oh my God, he's so mean.
Roman obviously didn't give a shit.
He did. He was laughing, but he was upset at the same time. He was going to kill him. Sophie says, so they are bringing all that stuff that we have seen months ago. Dad
No,
says,
touch me.
Who's your picks for the Rumble men's? I don't know. Cody Rhodes.
What the fuck?
People's like, haha, dangerous alliance.
That was an assassination attempt.
What the fuck?
Off with his head.
Sami. Yeah, that's right. I just want to be the head of the table. I can't be the head of the table. Get it. Itch it. Get it. Get it. You got bugs in your ear? There are bugs in there?
Who is the jury and who's the ladies and gentlemen?
I don't know who he's talking to. Himself?
Reminds me of that Walk Hard show. Guilty as charged. He starts singing.
Right? So, Russ. Oh, good. Sophie says, remember when Sami was doing the conspiracy thing as part of his character for months, like a couple years ago? Chris was all Roman's face, and Wag says Roman is selfish, no good, wannabe, washed-up husband. I shall tell you a story. You'd be like, shut the front door. So he says they have been planting seeds for this for months. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it feels like a little rushed now, but yeah. How are you feeling, Sami? Well, you know he's backstabber. Look at him. He's the devil. That's AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. That shit's real.
But that's a real thing, not just...
well, look at his face.
Yeah.
That hurts. You're supposed to trust him. Jay's eyes are all red. It looks like he's almost crying.
Yeah. Trial.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Dun dun dun. Then here says, Travis, would you hire Heyman to be your lawyer?
God, no.
Pickle says, what are we planting? Do you have fertilizer?
Yeah.
Well, Polly is a two-faced penguin. So
He has no defense.
I wonder if this is being of him and Kevin Owens to come back as a team. Vindicator says, I will gladly be Leopold's defense attorney if he ever needs it. He might need one, Vindicator.
She locked him in a bag today.
He attacked all of the paper towels in the middle of the night, ate them, chewed them up. And then I stuck him in a bag and he got out. People says, didn't he leave Roman for Brock?
Vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah.
Uh-oh. He just told Solo to get him.
Wag says, my friend was piss poor drunk, ran into Roman when he was driving past us in a parking lot. Roman was alone in a car smoking his weed. Rolled up the window on him. This was when Shield was in WWE. Oh, not surprising.
Here it comes. Look at this. Jay's stopping it.
Oh, wow.
What are you doing?
Sophie says, Paul did leave Brock for Big Show. Wax says, remember when Paul Heyman was called Walrus? I remember when he was called Twinkie Tits.
Twinkie Tits.
That was
Wobbly
a
Walrus.
rock thing.
Yeah.
Wobbly Walrus, Twinkie Tits. I think Wobbly Walrus was John Cena's for him. Twinkie Tits was The Rock.
Right. Look, he's got his own footage.
He doesn't have his own defense. I put up my own for him.
Exhibit A! We're back to Exhibit A!
Some defense.
Exhibit A Part 2.
Some defense for poor Sammy.
There's a tag. We'll cut her off the top. Frog splash. And guess who it is? Sammy at the top.
It worked.
It was me! Woo! Okay, Exhibit B. That was only one time. Big Claymore. Superman punch.
So he was there when it counted.
Taking bullets. Exhibit C. More Drew. He hit Solo in the throat. Oh! He played Captain Save-A-Ho and got hit in the back, the lower lumbar region.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Right? And there it is, the 3D. And Sammy stops Sheamus from getting in the ring. There's his defense.
Right?
Put defense on the boy. He'll do some time. Oh, Exhibit E.
Oh, God, he's got a lot of exhibits here.
There it is. This is obviously the big one.
The one where he went up top and was doing all the stuff?
Nah. Not here. Oh, right to the boys. Claymore. Hey, this was later is the one that was Exhibit D, where he was sitting on top of the cage.
Yeah. He's like, here, he's yours.
Frog splash. And 1, 2, 3 or 100. Sami Zayn. Is there any more? Is there more after E? Sammy's crying. He's a little upset about this whole sitch.
He's like, wow, I didn't even realize I had people liking me.
Let's go, man.
That's
If
true.
anything, just let
Funny.
him go.
Sophie says Solo seems like he doesn't want to beat up Sammy. Chris says Roman calling Solo. Jey Uso of all people. Sophie says, wow, Jey defending Sammy. Who saw that coming?
Yeah,
People
Jay's like
says,
crying for him right
Jey
now.
got you back like chiroprat. Scripps is in the chat, says, can someone stream it on Discord? Somebody probably could stream it on Discord. Probably won't be here, though.
I don't know how to do that stuff.
But you're more than welcome to go look. But thanks for joining in our discussion for a little bit. Wag says, oh my God, for Pete's sake, we got to have a trial commercial free for a dang hour, but a bust.
Yeah.
Boot WWE out the door. I know, they didn't even put matches on. So it says maybe the Usos will lose tonight because of this. Because oh, that Halua kick was nasty. Sophie says, I wonder if Kevin Owens will have his own footage. And James Satello's in the chat. Hey, James says, hi, how are prayers for the victims? And I'm actually live 5 minutes from there.
This is tough because...
sorry to hear about that, James.
There it is, to keep him in the bloodline. I want him in the bloodline. I'm going to throw my one to this guy.
I have no horse in the race.
He got 2 votes. I would assume Sequoia would, but he's kind of the hitman.
Yeah.
He crossed his arms.
He doesn't do any of that stuff anyways, so I wouldn't imagine that he would vote.
He could still go. Roman going to throw his hand up?
No.
Because he's the only vote that matters.
True. Wax says maybe bring a Hall of Fame to face Roman tonight.
Sami Uso. Sami Uso.
So he says this is somehow splitting up the bloodline.
I feel like there's a little bit going on here, but there's more to it underneath because Sami and Kevin are going to wrestle the Usos and beat them later. So
Somehow.
How's that going to... So he's got to break off meat, you know, like... Innocent. Now you got to turn on Paul.
Yeah, what's Paul gonna do? I mean, shouldn't you like make him?
Maybe wear a pink dress or something.
Yeah.
For now, he says.
For now.
Well, that trial was worth the price of admission. What kind of relationship is that? I bought you some more time. You're going to stay with me for 2 more months. Oos.
Right.
In the meantime. So he's not going to be there Friday?
Sophie says this is somehow splitting up the blood. Look at Paul's face when he said that. Oh, yeah? He didn't deliver the test? That's weird.
At the Royal Rumble. Are you really the bloodline? Or not?
So dumb.
Well, he is a ginger. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not
He's
really
Canadian
the
/
bloodline.
Syrian. I don't think he's a bloodline guy.
Jay went out on a line for him. And then he laid him. I mean, what's the odds of this happening? That's the guy that hated him for a year.
Right?
All of a sudden, he's got his back.
Right?
Oh, he didn't do his patented high five.
What? Oh, it's their special
five,
handshake
yeah.
that they have together. Oh.
Corey Graves, Kevin Patrick, best announced team in the business.
Oh my God, Travis, stop. You're speaking poo out of your mouth.
Poo
out of your mouth hole.
Argus last night. I was in the hot tub just minding my own. Came in the house, I was like,
What does it smell like shit?
why is there 3 piles of shit in the house? Oh, that's puke.
Poor guy.
Dick move. What poor guy? He's out there eating it till he puked.
Probably because he didn't get fed at 6 o'clock like he normally
I'm gonna throw
does.
up. Okay, what am I? Ooh.
Oh, at least that wasn't as bad as when he was a puppy.
I really just ate.
Just sucking the poop right out of his butthole.
Look at those legends. Hopefully there is a party somewhere. Is that DDP? DDP! The Godfather. Damn! Some of them aren't legends, like X-Pac, or whatever his name was. It's not a legend, guys. That's like bringing Dominic Mysterio back. I feel like I'm watching like Night at the Roxbury or something, that music. It's 3 and then 4. When they're driving down the road. Judgment Day! Hey, look at that, I remembered.
Yay, good Travis, you did it. Sophie says, so Sami Zayn is not part of the bloodline anymore? He still is part of the bloodline.
For now.
Chris says the final test will be will Sami win the Royal Rumble? Vindicator says maybe Sami will upgrade from honorary to exclusively Usos tonight. Then out of nowhere, choke out Jimmy with the new shirt. LOL. Wags says Vince loving this since he can see his BF Roman for a whole hour up close on camera. This is good shit.
This is good shit.
Sophie says Jimmy and Solo are the ones we don't know what side they're on, Sami or Roman. Pico is like barfing Corey Graves. Why are we barfing about Corey Graves? Vindicator says, be cool if somebody comes out in an Eagles jersey just for the cheap crowd pop. Maybe Mick Foley should do it.
Is he here? He wasn't one of those guys.
I don't think so. Sophie says, wow, 19 years since women have a steel cage match.
It's been a minute.
What the fuck? No? What?
Well, I mean, they fought in other types. I mean, I don't know what they're saying. Maybe the first ever was 19 years ago.
Okay, so I remember Sasha and Becky were in
those
one.
are like elimination chambers or Hell in a Cells.
Oh.
I mean, it's still a cage, but it's not considered just a cage match. But I don't know. I would assume there's been cage matches for the dames.
That's dumb. Vindicator says people will go nuts when Taker music hits. Sophie says, I thought DDP works for AEW. Film says, come on, steel cage match. That's going to be epic. Pico says, my favorite legend is Santino Marella.
Yeah, he came out today talking about how great his daughter is and how she's going to be the face of the franchise. She's in NXT. I guess she got injured, though.
Oh.
I didn't know that was his daughter, but she's a pretty girl.
Wow.
I thought it would look more like his sister.
Is he the one with the sock?
Yeah, with the green sock.
Isn't he
Cobra.
his own sister?
That's what I said. I thought it might look like his sister. But it didn't. Or
Wax
she doesn't.
says it's like bringing Sunny the druggie.
She's in prison.
Film
That's
says
not
Rhea wearing long sleeves. Come on now. That your lovely armpits be exposed. Sophie says, did you read some wrestlers from New Japan wants AEW and WWE to do some sort of crossover event?
No thanks.
Wax says Edge and Brood shall come back tonight against Judgment Day. Sophie says Mick Foley won't be on tonight. Wax says, Travis, you need the buzzard saying good shit.
All right.
We have Mr. McBossman up front.
Mr.
He's the one
McBossman
that
is there.
said it in the puppets when John Cena did that whole
That's some
thing.
good shit.
That's some good shit.
At WrestleMania, that was a couple years ago now.
Sophie says, I meant the first time in 19 years on Raw, women had a steel cage match. Oh, okay. Vindicator says Becky and Bliss had a steel cage match 4 years ago when Mickie James came back to interfere. Devin Rice in the chat. Hey, Devin says, does anyone notice that the Usos doesn't have the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, or is it just me?
I did not notice, but
I wasn't paying much attention to their stuff. Sophie says, I wonder if Finn is going to wrestle tonight.
Who?
Finn Balor's wrestling tonight.
As of right now, no. But Rhea might actually get something going on later on, too. We have to fill out. I mean, they only have announced 7 women for the their tournament that they're having at the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. So they're going to need a lot more women. You know, like 3?
Right.
More women. What is Dominic doing? Bam. So Sami is out there now, but this is the last time we're going to see Sami until Saturday.
Supposedly.
Unless he shows up on Friday, maybe in the back with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman will get the footage. Because he's a weirdo.
All right, Dominic.
Likes to spy on people like a crazy.
Single-handedly beating the Usos right now.
handedly.
All he did is lay on the guy. Uh-oh. See, Prison changed him, and you can tell. He's a completely different athlete.
Prison changed him, all right.
He might have lost his cherry in there.
Yeah.
And when that happens...
I wonder if... I'll read that. Devin says, don't you mean Sunday, not Saturday?
Saturday. Well, it depends on what country you're in.
It's Saturday for us. If you're talking about
in America,
for Royal
it
Rumbles.
is Saturday. But if you're in Europe, then it is Sunday morning.
Film says we all know who's going to win this one. It's the Usos.
The Uso Penitentiary. Look at Paul Heyman looking like he just guilty as fuck.
So creepy. Film's like, we all know who's going to win this one. It's the Usos.
Yeah, the Uso Penitentiary.
Is that though?
And it's time. Because you know they spent time in jail.
Well, one of them definitely has.
Oh, they've both been arrested.
The other one tries not to do it as much as the other one.
Yeah, Jimmy's a repeat offender. But Dominic's, been in there now. He's catching cases left and right.
Is he, though?
I mean, his parents have done giving up on him, calling the police. He getting hauled off in shackles. Whoa!
And his mammy.
Big clothesline.
Devin's like, why is there still a cage? Bailey and Becky are going to play around in it later.
Are going to get in there and roll around in the mud.
Yeah, they're going to take off all their clothes.
What?
Oh, that's not what's happening?
No.
Oh, damn. I thought that's why we were so excited that it was happening.
Puppies! Jerry Lawler's going to be there. He's excited. I watched him before. He did an interview. That's the match he's most looking forward to.
Yeah. Wag says, Paul smoking his cigar, man, seeing his bald spot cracks me. He should have kept long hair.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember him back in the 90s when he was Paulie Dangerously? He had that long ass hair and then he just started balding and he kept it. He kept it forever. He kept it till 2010, 2015, 2020.
His long hair?
Yeah.
That's funny.
In the back, he had that ponytail. Boom! Drops Damian down. The Usos know how to work together as a team, but do Dominic and Damian?
No, I don't think they do.
Should we call them Double D?
Ew, God no. Wags says, LOL Travis, HLA match, remember those days?
Yeah. There's a shoulder block, up over the top. Damian hits him with the big right hand. Damn, kicked him right in the ribs.
Hellacious, he says.
Oh, another big right hand. Look at these right hands. You might have to get those registered as deadly weapons.
Wag says, oh my God, Lord have mercy, that phone too.
Oh my God, I love the Zach Morris phone. Boom.
Huge phone.
Does anybody else call it the Zach Morris phone, or am I the only person in the world that calls that the Zach Morris phone?
I don't remember ever watching anything with it in, so I know what kind of phone you're talking about, though. It's the huge, clunky ones, right, that look like a brick.
The big brick with the big antenna coming out the top.
Yeah. Not the one that, flips at the bottom where it has a little flip down.
Whoa! Damian off the top! Lands on both Usos.
Hassan says, hi there, guys. Happy Chinese New Year. Thanks,
Yeah.
Hassan.
Was that today or yesterday? I thought that was yesterday. But yeah,
Probably
Happy
was,
New Year.
But we didn't see him yesterday, so today.
Well, yeah, it might have been it there, and now it's that day now here.
Right.
Also. 2 and throw! So close.
Is it the year of the rabbit?
It is a rabbit. Maybe fertility? Is that what the rabbit means?
I don't know what the rabbit means.
Hump like rabbits.
Wag says, I did. I've watched Saved by the Bell.
I still call it that. I don't know if people understand what I'm talking about. The old Zach Morris phone. Uh-oh, picking him up. Dom up top! Big clothesline thing. Not sure exactly what you would call that. I like Corey Graves. It's a maneuver.
It's a maneuver.
It's a maneuver, all right.
The Lunar New Year, the year of the rabbit, we can chill. The rabbit is a symbol of intellect and cautiousness.
I like the idea of the boning rabbit, like a rabbit.
I'm sure.
More.
You're a dude. Makes sense.
China's going to run into some big trouble here pretty soon in the next, 20 years?
Probably.
As they have no heirs, like they have no fertility, they have nobody being born. They used to have too many people, so they put a law against it. Now they don't have enough, so they're going to collapse on themselves like Japan.
Well, then they did stupid stuff by locking people up. And people died. A lot of people died from them.
Into the ropes.
People. Silliness.
Devin
says, does anyone know if Seth Rollins is hurt or not in real life after his match against Austin Theory for WWE United States Championship?
No, he's fine. He came out last week or a week after and had crutches, and then he took them off. And Finn just got ejected.
Ooh, Finn got ejected.
Finn's out of here with his Barney collar on. You're out of here, Finn.
Well, you get out of here. You better leave, sir.
If you can get manhandled by the officials, you're not a very big guy.
No.
I'm just saying.
Wax says, what you guys think of Devin saying bye-bye to WWE?
Devon,
sorry.
Whoa, rolls him up. Davian's got him to it. Throw! So close. That's all right.
Sophie says...
Not everybody can stick around forever. I do love the Dudleys, though.
Sophie says, thank God the first hour is commercial-free, knowing the USA Network without tryout segment would have gone through 2 commercials.
One,
Sophie
2,
says both groups are heels,
3.
so wonder why the crowd seems confused on who to cheer for.
You just cheer. Just excite.
Just cheer for all of them.
Just
everybody.
excitement everywhere.
You cheer for all the people. You tell them what great athletes they are. And cheer for them. In all their glory.
All right, Jimmy, into the ropes. Up over the top.
Ooh.
Woo! He's not athletic yet.
Out there.
Hopefully he's okay. He's holding that quad. Yeah, Kevin. So he's hurt, maybe? He's still holding that leg. Nope. I don't know if it's legit, though. There's the real X. That usually means it's real. But it's they're paying too much attention to it. So is Sami going to take his spot? And then get pinned?
Oh, no. It can't be. Not for the tag titles. Ooh, that would be sad. That would be awful.
If they lose their title, well, one of them. Sami. Well, they can't just leave. Okay, here it is. So it's obviously not real.
Yeah, he's hurt.
That means lose the title.
Is that how that works?
Well, no, but...
Oh, I didn't know.
All you'd have to do is say, yeah, I can continue, and then just stand outside the ring and get counted out. Sami's going to do it, and they're going to lose, I bet.
Oh, no. Don't say that, Travis.
It's kind of cheap, but they did it last week, the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been better to have the Uso in the back fill in?
Solo. Right.
I mean, that way there's no excuses.
Yeah.
And plus, I feel like this is Roman's call, but Jay wants it. There it goes.
Sophie says both groups are heels. I wonder why. About that. Wag says meeting Bubba Ray was cool. Devin says, oh no, one of the Usos is hurt. Sophie says, hopefully Jimmy isn't really injured or else.
No, it's definitely storyline, guys.
Devin says, is one of the Usos hurt in real life or not?
No,
I don't
it's
think
definitely
so.
storyline.
Wag says Dom needs to go to NXT or just leave for good. He's a disgrace to Daddy and Eddie. I thought Eddie was his daddy.
Eddie is daddy. Oh, that's disrespectful, Travis.
I said that. He said to Daddy and Eddie.
Right.
And
Oh,
I said,
shit. Sammy
"Is
just
it
hit his
Eddie,
head on
Daddy?"
that table, though. That was real. But
Wyatt
he's
says,
okay.
Nana, hey, WWE Raw belts dropped, lol. Sophie says if Sammy loses, does that count as the Usos
Yes.
losing? Yes.
Yes, they almost forfeited their titles, so they were going to lose anyways. Look at this. Cheating. Oh, there it is. Oh, so close. Dominic just attacking Sammy. He got that from prison, that kind of aggression.
So much from prison.
It's so much deeper when you're in there. Whoa! A Beck exploder right into the corner from Sammy. Dominic back up on his feet.
Just hit her too.
Don't hit the dame.
Just
Look
hit
behind
her
him.
too.
Look behind him. Where is Jay? Oh, choke slam! Dominic crawling over there. There it is, guys. No, Sammy kicks out. Old non-believer. Where in the hell is Jay?
I don't know where the fuck he went.
I mean, come on.
He died?
I'm helping you defend your titles. You got to at least be in the ring.
Right?
You got to at least be around the ring, for the love of Pete.
Oh, you can't
There
do
it
your
is.
daddy's move.
There it is. Bam! How about a size 12 right to your face? Thrust kick. Oh!
Kick her.
They ain't hitting the dames.
Just kick her. Push her. Kick her.
Why is she in
Push
the
her.
ring, ref?
Push her. Just push her.
Look behind him.
Somebody push her.
You don't touch women. What is
Push
wrong
her.
with you?
If they want to be treated like men, push her.
Oh, drop kick right into Jay. Here it comes. 6-1-11. Can't call it 619. That's his dad's move. Dominic up top. Frog splash down. 1, 2, and Sammy with the save. Dominic in there punches Sammy. The big right hand into the ropes. Nobody's home. Dominic is in there. Outnumbered. Oh, no. Sammy just eliminated him as if it was the Royal Rumble over the top.
Right.
Jay got Dominic on his back.
So Dominic does look like
Rolls him through. There's the tag from Sammy.
He does get injured a lot.
Bam. Size 12 right to the face. Here comes Sammy.
Someone says, oh my god, I love the storyline with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline. It's good. Wag says, I figured Usos would have Tamina or Nia to control Rhea.
That's it, guys.
This is why the Bloodline
1, 2, and 3. Dominic just got pinned.
by Sami Zayn.
14:07.
Piccolo says he did both finishers. Nice. Singer Billy is in the chat. Hey, Singer says, come on, lose the titles.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping for it too.
Sorry.
I really was. I feel ya. Just because it would be nice to have somebody else have them. I don't really want the Judgment Day to have them.
Right?
I don't want to see him till Saturday.
Wag says, there's your Exhibit E for Sammy. Sophie says they are going to turn the Usos face with this storyline. I don't know. Chris says that was close. Devin says, I am not going to lie. I thought for sure the Judgment was going to win.
Oh, it was set
I
up.
hope The Rock comes back tonight. I don't know if he will.
The Rock said he could. You never know. Stay tuned.
He was holding them up and he gave them back to him. That's funny.
The belts.
Yeah, he gave them both the belts to him.
So he had all 4.
Well, no, well, Jay has all 4 of them. Or Jimmy.
Yeah, Jay. That was Jay. Jimmy
Jay.
got hurt.
Yeah. So, Sammy was holding up the SmackDown ones
Who's
like, you know.
Who's
and then he
this
gave him
stooge you got with you? These are some big dudes right here.
Right?
Like, I would be up to, like, where their hands are. That's probably him. Oh, never mind. APA. Ron Simmons. They were like they were a tag team forever. What's up, pimp? What's up with the stooge here, bro? Damn.
Damn. So it says, imagine the reaction if Judgment Day did win. Singer Billy says, so Jimmy got hurt.
There's his name. It's right there.
There's his name right there.
About $20,000 got him in.
Did. Singer, so Jimmy got hurt.
Yeah, Jimmy hurt his leg when he jumped up over. Look at the door. Ding dong.
That's hilarious.
Good Brothers in there. Elias is in there. Who's the blonde in the back? Is that Dana? I think that was Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Chris is like, LOL Farouk. Ravi says, APA, they gonna play cards, drink beers, and smoke cigars. Well, he said bears, but I think he meant beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravi. Decided to show up tonight, did ya? Devin says, that is Godfather. Singer Billy's like, dang, LOL. Yeah.
I don't know the name of this band here. They usually tell you who's singing. LA Knight on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, cut it.
Cut my music.
I've got shit to say.
Look at his hair.
Look at his.
Looks like me when I just don't do mine.
You know what he
Let me
looks
talk
like?
to you.
He looks like what's his face from that show you like. Woody Harrelson plays the killer.
Natural Born Killer.
He looks like him with his glasses.
He's
and
Mickey Knox.
Yeah. So he says that trial segment was awesome.
Huh?
I wonder how different the acknowledgement segment would have been. Chris says, yee, the old Raw theme.
If I was any more a man, there'd be two of me standing here right now.
That's silly. Roy says, I will leave if you want. Dude, you're the one that showed up late. I don't know what you're doing. Philip's like, yeah. Chris says, LA Knight on Raw. Yeah. Singer Billy says, I know Undertaker is coming back tonight. Maybe he will bring Kane with him. I don't know. He might. Philip says, LA Knight is in the house. Yeah.
He wants a legend to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What legend is it going to be?
Sophie says, the USA Network does give Raw commercial-free hours at random times.
Yeah. Which legend is it going to be?
I don't know, but Hulk Hogan was out earlier, so.
Oh, he's too old.
Robbie says, LA Knight, what a chump. Phil
That's
says,
about what I thought.
Wax.
Yeah.
Wax says, see you all think.
It's the Undertaker!
There you go. He brought his dong and everything.
The big dong.
Dong. It's the Undertaker for you guys.
But is it really the Undertaker?
But is it the Undertaker? Is it the fake Undertaker? Which Undertaker are we getting?
American Badass!
It's the American
Is he going to come out on a Harley?
Maybe?
I mean, I don't know how you get a bike up in there.
I'm pretty sure they have plenty of room.
Is he going to come or are they just teasing us?
Is this what's his face?
Is it him doing it because he's laughing?
Is it?
Yeah, it's Kid Rock. Look it. There is a bike. They're trying to fit it through there. That's American Badass. What?
Silly.
That's him.
Oh.
Just don't tip over or anything.
Wag says, so you all think Uncle Howdy will come to Raw? I don't know. No. Chris says LA Knight wearing his Brian Pillman jacket. Devin says, I am sorry, but I do not care LA Knight and Bray Wyatt feud because I don't know who is the heel or who is the baby face. I would probably say LA Knight's probably the baby face in the situation at this point.
Really? I would say he's the heel.
You think he's the bad guy? And Bray Wyatt is the good guy? He and his evil weirdness?
Right?
Singer Billy is like, Undertaker. Chris is like, Undertaker. So he's like, remember LA Knight was Max Dupree a year ago?
That wasn't a year ago. That was 6 months ago.
I thought it was yesterday, Sophie, but wow. Film's like, it's the dead man. It's the Undertaker. Robbie's like, D loving the legends tonight. Vindicator's like, badass version of Mark. Devin says, the motherfucking Undertaker is on Raw. I am sorry. I didn't mean the F word.
Oh, you're
Devin,
fine.
I think you meant the F word. It's the motherfucking Undertaker. Robbie says, LA Knight getting choked slammed tonight. Sophie says, I thought the Undertaker was going to use his other American Badass theme rolling by Limp Bizkit. Sophie says, we haven't seen this version of the Undertaker.
That's enough. Cut that. Cut that. Is LA going to still talk?
Chris says, Taker going to put over LA Knight.
No. God, no.
What?
We're probably going to see Bray, though. And will Bray be in the ring with Undertaker? Because that's what everybody's been wanting to see. The passing of the torch.
Oh.
From one living legend to another. Lower that cage! Lock him up!
Singer Bella says, I think the other masked person is Luke Harper. Yeah? Robbie says, who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? The back of my eyelids. Piccolo says, obviously you don't listen to Limp Bizkit, Sophie. Yeah, because it's not Biscuit. It's Bizkit.
Bizkit?
It's not Biscuit. It's Bizkit. Devin says the Undertaker is man. He's a man.
He's a man. If he was any more of a man, there'd be two of him. L.A.
Sophie says, my sister loved Limp Bizkit. Chris says, maybe a standoff between Taker and Bray.
The irony.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so funny.
What are you going to do, L.A.? There, he gave him a pass. He's not going to get in there with him. He's not going to put him out.
Singer Billy says, I hope Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out and stunners someone. Yeah. Devin says there was The Undertaker at WWF SummerSlam 1994. Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
Yeah!
There, look behind him.
The lights went out! He's gonna be broken.
He's like, why is it all dark?
The Indicator says that LA Knight Taker joke was lame and fell flat, though. Always. Sophie says, we don't know if Stone Cold will show up tonight. Wag says, as J-Lo says, ain't it funny?
I didn't know J-Lo talked.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck! He was right there!
He fucking right there, buddy. Right there.
He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. That is Bray, right? Like I couldn't see his face.
They haven't shown his face yet.
Right behind the
There's
the
no
lantern.
face. I haven't seen a face behind the lantern.
The fireflies. Yeah, that's Bray.
Yeah, there he is.
Some good music. You got Bray Wyatt on one side and the Undertaker on the other. Come on!
The thing of it is it has to be the Bray Wyatt music. Like
in the first hour.
Bray Wyatt.
They're going to go to a commercial. There's
1
minute to commercial time. Son of a bitch. Look, he'd rather be in there with the Taker. Look behind him. Choke slam, baby. There it is. Lights just came on.
Glasses. He lost his sunglasses. No, not the sunglasses.
He can't get out of that chokehold. He's down on his knees. Oh, come on. Undertaker gonna let him go? Look at Undertaker's just staring at Bray.
Bray at different versions of him. Indicator says, so Bray is scaring Knight into a Taker tombstone. Call it now.
There it is.
Wax says,
Taker just gave it to him.
Sister Abigail.
Bray is just as big as Taker right now. That is unreal.
Wags the song, Travis. Ravi says, should WWE bring back legends
Holy
every
shit.
month? Sophie says,
Holy
Undertaker
shit.
and Bray did have history. Robbie says, choke slam to hell. Vindicator says, so Dynamite won't top the first hour of Raw this week. Yeah. Best Vids.
Is he going to shake his hand or something?
Vids is in the chat. Hey, Beast.
Hey, Beast.
Mad that
Look
it's
at
only
this.
on USA Network. I don't have it. I'm sorry, hon. He's whispering naughties in his ear. He whispered sweet nothings in Bray's ear. Sweet nothings of naughtiness.
That was awesome. Oh, no, he's not touching any of the fans. Don't reach out and touch him either.
He's a badass.
Although you could right there.
Respect.
He wanted to get his sunglasses back.
What did he whisper in his ear? What's wrong with his mic?
He's just giving it back to him. That guy in the crowd just told him how to start it. Not kidding. He's like, it's there.
I'm like, why isn't it starting?
It's the off switch. You got to make sure the off switch is on. I do it too.
That guy with the bandana's like,
He's like, it's
right there, dude. I drive these all the time. It's fine.
What's even funnier is the guy showed him and he did it and it started.
Sophie says, oh, Beast Vids, by the way, I was going to say, you can maybe check on things like TikTok. You might see it there. Sophie says, wonder why Kane isn't here with Undertaker. Vindicator says Taker is not Kane's babysitter. Sophie, exactly, Vindicator. That's exactly true. And you know what's really funny? Kane has a real job. I don't know if anybody remembers this. Kane is a real person who has a real job that isn't WWE. You know, he has responsibilities to a whole fucking county or state.
It's a county.
He's busy.
He's like the mayor of a county, which I had never heard of. But
maybe
it is a thing.
Maybe different in Kentucky or Tennessee. There we go.
Knoxville.
I knew it was one of those states in that area. I'm like, which one is it?
I don't think it gets better than that. Thumbnail, I think that's it. I'm done.
Okay, are we leaving now? Okay, we're done.
Not
Bye,
with
guys.
the show.
We're not going to be here anymore. We're done. No more.
DDP!
He got us straight, so he won.
Who's the old lady next to him? Is that his wife?
I don't know who that is.
It's not Kimberly. I feel like I should know who she is, but I don't. Who's the dame, guys? Oh, it's cage match time!
Who was the lady that was sitting next to DDP? What lady wrestler was she?
I can't. She's got her title there. I feel like I should know who that is, but she doesn't look super familiar to me.
Yeah. Mike says, Bray, I think you're awful pretty. Oh, is that what he whispered in his ear, Mike? Good to know. Wax says, Bray told Taker, thank you for the best time. Now let me send you to hell. Oh. Chris says, badass Taker said to Bray, get yourself a bad woman. Robin says, see how much of a badass is Taker. How the fuck would I know, dude? Vindicator's like, Glenn Jacobs is a mayor in Tennessee. Yes.
Yeah,
Devin says,
County.
so does this mean that the Undertaker respects Bray Wyatt?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a passing of the torch.
Ravi says, so is it a good idea to bring back the legends once a month?
No.
No.
God, no. Don't. No.
Robbie's
Once a
like,
year,
yeah,
once
Kane
every
is
other
mayor.
year, once every 5
Vindicator's
years.
like, finally not main event involving Becky, lol. Pickle's like Medusa from WCW,
There you
a.k.a. Alundra Blaze.
Yeah, it definitely was Medusa. That makes sense now.
Vindicator's like, Medusa's next to DDP. Wag says, remember DDP was stalking Sarah. Film says, oh,
I do.
What time is it? Chris says, I guess we're trying to compete with New Japan this past weekend, Sting and Darby Allin went to Japan and teamed with Great Muta. That's why cool. WWE did this with Taker and Bray.
Awesome.
Is it though?
Why does Dakota have baggy pants on? Aren't girls supposed to wear tight pants?
No.
They started wearing baggy pants?
Yes. They're back to the
They're
back to the like 90s, 2000s look where they just wore pants that fell off of them.
Low waist though?
Yeah.
Low waist is fine.
Some of them,
okay with that.
But I bet you they'll do high waist baggy pants and then they'll wear crop tops up top. It looks stupid as fuck.
Bailey is very curvy. Look at her to the little girls.
She's like sticking her tongue out too, and then she laughs.
Am I your role model? Nah.
Fuck. Robbie says, yeah, Alundra Blaze times have been hard on her. Vindicator says, oh my god, Pip is back. Now I need a barf bag. Ew, picture in picture. Devin says, Bailey just grabbed someone's sign and ripped it.
That's how you do it.
She's really nice.
That's Uber heel move.
Chris says, Dakota is hot. She trying to look like Lita. Piccolo says, it may be time to make a sandwich. Damn it, Piccolo.
You know, the thing about Dakota, because she does have a pretty face. I'm not going to say that. But she has no curves, so she's not on the same category as Lita. Lita had parts. Lady parts.
Lady parts. Lady parts. I had a meatloaf sandwich today, Piccola. Robbie says D would look piff in baggy pants, and Wag says, remember the bell bottoms like Satisfaction Trish Stratus?
Yeah, I don't mind bell bottoms, but they're tight until the knee.
Film says, what time is it? It's Bailey time and Becky time and a cage time. Sophie says, how's football going?
It's good.
There's no football on
There's
tonight.
There's none on Monday now. It's over for till next spring or fall. I mean, sorry.
Singer Billy says, is Brock Lesnar coming out tonight? No.
Maybe. Like, we can't say no.
I doubt it.
But he's not in the back. He's not in the poker area.
Yeah, that'd be weird, though.
There's no liquor or poker.
Gross. Robbie says, Bailey looking piff. Film says, what time is it? Walter says, good. Raw tonight. Becky Lynch for the win. Hey, Walter, good to see you tonight. Did you win bingo on Saturday? Devin says, Sophie, the New York Giants lost. Film says, it's armpit time. And Sophie says, there are many superstars that we don't know if they are coming tonight. Well, you know what? They did show a whole picture of legends and people that were supposedly going to be on tonight.
Yeah, you know, we're going to see the DX.
There's at least 20 of them.
DX is coming.
Wag says, or how about what Melina wore? What Melina wore?
Didn't she just wear tight clothes, like spandex stuff?
Probably.
Nothing wrong with Melina. Looked fantastic.
I love Bailey's sexy armpits and Becky's, and I hope they're not wearing long sleeves.
Well,
and
Bailey's definitely
talking about
not.
Becky. Walter says Undertaker Hulk Hogan showed up. Yep, so far.
Yeah.
So we saw some guys in the back, DDP and
Medusa.
That's a girl, but yeah. And then some other guy.
Oh, yeah, the Godfather was back there.
Oh, that guy, damn.
And then Ron Simmons.
And we've seen JBL a lot, and he's a
and
legend.
And JBL's back there, a legend.
Robbie says, I disagree with you. Dakota does have curves. Just what she wears doesn't show it.
I've seen. She has no butt.
Cool. I mean, I'm not
it's
sure where the curves are at.
You can
Are
disagree
you
with
talking
me
about
all.
her bones? If you're talking about her bones, then she does have some curves.
We're not here to argue. It's
Singer
look
Billy
at her.
says,
If you like her
my
and you're attracted to her,
girlfriend,
good for
Ashley.
you.
Travis does? That's not very nice.
Oh, no. I look
I'm
like
sorry.
an Ashley.
I'm sorry. Poor Ashley.
Ashley. We had a guy on our football team, and we used to call him Ashley all the time because his name was Ashley. Ashley.
Did he go by Ash?
Ashley. No, he went by Ashley. So we called him Ashley. But
so
we said it
weird
like...
that guy's named Ashley.
There was one in the NFL. His name was Ashley Ambrose. And Chris Berman would go, Ashley. And I don't know why, but anyway, so we did it. Every time we see him in the hallways, I'd be like, Ashley.
Poor guy. Sophie says, why isn't Trish Stratus not going to show up tonight? I don't know what's happening.
Dakota tried to get it there onto Becky, and Becky attacked her.
Let's see. Walter says at 9:20 I'm going my time.
So she's got to fight both members of the Riff Raff right now, and before she can even get in the ring. Oh, she got nailed by the door of the cage.
Let's see. Film says she's wearing long sleeves. Dang it.
Yeah, long sleeves, but no ass. Her ass is completely out. So
Wag says we could just be Sable wear the handprints.
I would. Oh, yes, that's a part of my high school life. I would like back.
Film says, come on, Becky.
Puppies.
Chris says, oh, Becky wearing dewdrop gear. And Singer says, no, I'm talking about you in the red. You look like my girlfriend, Ashley. Oh, moi. Well, it's fantastic. Poor Ashley.
Old Ashley. Okay, so now all three members of the Riff Raff are in there. So Bailey and the Riff Raff, and they're locking the door. The door is locked. Becky's in trouble.
So nobody's going to come down and
talk
about the regulations of this?
What do you mean?
They're not allowed in there.
They can do whatever they want.
Oh, there he is.
But this has happened throughout the history of the sport. Like, you can chain. There's no rules.
I understand.
And there should be a referee in there. They help her.
Yeah. Wow. You know.
See, I ain't gonna do shit. This match hasn't officially started yet. I can do what I want.
Chris says we need Scarlett to be dressed like Sable.
In the old days, this would have went on for like 15, 20 minutes with blood and everything else. Postman Pierce is cutting the chain wisely. Notice that?
Yes.
You cut the chain. You do not try to cut the lock.
Yeah, those locks are hard to cut.
They're
Especially with those bolt cutters even.
Big bolt cutter. You're not going to.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That one hit him.
Got him snapped a little bit. Now they're like leaving.
So is Becky not going to be able to compete? Is she going to forfeit? Bayley and the Riff Raff just stopped the cage match. It's not happening.
Well, that's kind of dumb. Why would you even bother?
Maybe they'll move it to the pay-per-view.
Oh.
Look at those cables. Those cables could hold up a freaking 18-wheeler.
You'd hope so.
Look at the size of them. They're like 2-inch cables.
Robbie says, film thirsty and not in a beverage sort of way. Singer says, is Sasha Banks in? No. Film says, let's go Bayley, give her the good old pit stop. Wag says, Bella Twins still to come, LOL. Bentley Darby in the chat. Hey, Bentley says, can you show the Undertaker, Bray, why I missed that part?
We can't, no. First of all, I don't have access to it because I'm not recording it or anything, but...
Yeah, sorry about that.
But it was awesome.
The Undertaker came out. He rode down on his Harley because he was American Badass. He came down to the ring. He put LA Knight in a choke slam after Bray kind of showed up behind LA Knight while he was trying to leave.
And then he just tossed him.
He just tossed him over to Bray. Bray's sister Abigail'd him. And then Undertaker whispered sweet nothings into Bray's ear and then left on his Harley.
Yeah, rode off into the sunset. That was awesome.
Says, yeah, this reminds me when the beat up Dusty to a bloody mess.
Yeah, they used the spikes from the Road Warriors.
The Horsemen, my bad.
Oh, was it the Horsemen that time? Because the Horsemen did it once, but the Road Warriors did it to him one time, and they took their spikes off.
Oh,
they unscrewed one and then like stabbed him in right here and like ripped his face open. Dusty was all like his forehead looked like a cheese grater.
That's terrifyingly weird. Vindicator says all the hype for nothing. So now this feels like a typical Raw, but why crash and burn after such an awesome Legends segment?
Oh, I don't know how.
Because they had to put commercials in, and so they had to do stupid stuff.
I feel like they should have still done a match.
Philip's like, well, that ending was a bunch of bull crap. LVP to this women's match. I'm very disappointed. Chris says, wow, they cucked us. They fucked us with that steel cage match. Yeah, and they didn't even give you a courtesy reach around with it either.
Bullshit.
Film says that was horrible in my honest opinion. Worst women's match on Raw. It wasn't even a match, Film.
Yeah, they didn't even have the match.
You can't even say it was the worst because it wasn't even a match. They never rang a bell or anything. Chris says hopefully Austin comes out. We know Rock isn't here. Film's like, Robbie, how's it going there?
1 in a million.
Chris says Taker should have crossed paths with Uncle Howdy.
Choke slamming him. Just kidding, don't do that. That would ruin his character. Even though I'm not a fan of what's going to happen. But it's all good.
To LA Knight?
No, to the whole Uncle Howdy thing. I'm pretty sure Bray's going to wrestle Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But it's not LA Knight?
Well, LA Knight's this weekend.
Oh.
And then that'll be over. Obviously, LA's nothing. He's just a stepping stone.
Right.
But a lot of people are like, I hope LA wins. And I mean, he could. You could put LA over by having Howdy interfere and hit, Bray with the sister Abigail.
Right.
And it wouldn't hurt Bray at all.
No.
And it would help LA, but it doesn't make sense.
Right. Chris says Taker should have crossed paths with Uncle Howdy. Singer says Rock will win the Universal title. I hope.
Really? You want The Rock to come back and be a world champion?
He's got so many other things that he's doing. I don't know if he has time.
And he just would have to get in shape, and I just don't see him getting in shape for it. And being big, muscle-bound isn't in shape.
He's in shape. You're funny.
It's a different type of...
have to get in shape. Well, the last time that he came and wrestled, he literally had his guts falling out of him. Yeah, in 6 places, for fuck's sake.
He ripped the ligaments in his abs off the bone. Think about that.
Disgusting. He had to have fucking surgery after his last match in WWE.
He had something like 7 hernia surgeries. Look it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's probably done doing
It was
stuff.
when he wrestled John Cena and John Cena beat him. Go look that one up and see how many hernia surgeries he had after that.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital for like a week.
Yeah. Robbie says Raw moving Sly, not giving us what we want, killing the match. Wag says the cage will be lowered later tonight again like they did at Raw or Nitro once before. Chris says maybe Taker will also give Bliss advice tonight backstage. Robbie says, what advice to Bliss to give up wrestling?
Work on something else.
Harley says Sami Zayn is on the Bloodline. Hey, I'm back. Left for a little bit. Went and talked to my brother about Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Well, it's a good one so far.
Yeah, he's still in the Bloodline. He helped Jay win the Usos tag team match. So they retained their titles. And then he's not supposed to be seen until next Saturday.
Right, so we should not see him on Friday.
We'll see how that goes. Boom says, but anyways, glad Bailey had her pits exposed. All that matters. And Robbie says, F The Rock, he's a bum. Why do you want him back? Singer says, I thought The Rock beat Cena. Who won that match?
They wrestled for a full year, right?
Cena and Rock?
Mm-hmm. So The Rock won the first time, and then they wrestled at WrestleMania, and then I'm pretty sure Cena won that.
Bentley says, it would be so cool if The Rock and John Cena to come back tonight.
A year later.
He's so weird.
Well, I tell my buddy this all the time. He's almost 70. He'll be 70 next year. I'm like, dude, well, I don't know if I want to go rafting anymore. You know, like, I just don't know I could drown or whatever. What do you want to die in your fucking bed?
Well, the thing of it is it's like, why would they let you drown? You know,
like just
did you
die.
forget how to swim? Are you not wearing a safety vest?
I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm like, how do you want to die? You know, well, preferably in bed. I'm like, having sex? He's like, no, I just sleep. And I'm like, boring as fuck, dude. Just go hunt. You know what I mean? Go do what you're doing.
Right? Just live life how you're doing it.
Well, I shouldn't go up there. I mean, I could take the horses, but if one of them slips, then I'm stuck up there. Like, dude, go enjoy life. If you get stuck up in the mountains,
eat the horse. That's
it's
fine.
a story.
Just kidding.
Okay, here comes your DX. I don't know which members it's going to be. Maybe it'll be all of them.
It's going to be that guy that has his eyes crossed.
Well, that's one of them.
Chris says it would be nice to get a Randy appearance backstage at least. I don't know if he can show up.
Yeah, I'm sure he could. He'd be all weird. Like, he doesn't want to be all crippled looking.
Wag says, how about when Vin Diesel fought Rocky? That was good. Poop. That was good shit.
All right, here comes DX, guys.
Chris says, I'm sure we'll see something with Cody. Harley says The Rock won at WrestleMania 28 against Cena. Then John Cena won at WrestleMania 29. There you go.
Why does it look like there's more members than there used to be? Is Badass Billy Gunn here?
Somebody probably.
Oh, wait, is
wanted
that
to
Kurt
show
Angle?
up. That's Kurt. Yeah.
Why the hell is Kurt Angle out there with DX? Why do they have all this displays on the screen? Get it off so I can see who's out there.
They're like, look, it's amazing what we can do on your screen now.
I don't think this generation aged as well as the generation before them. Like the Hogan generation, when they were that age, so 20 years younger than this, they were still getting it done. Ric Flair just retired like 10 years ago.
This is stupid.
These guys are all sorts of fucked up looking. I mean, HBK might be able to still work. So they put Triple H out there for Billy Gunn. Not Triple H, sorry. Kurt Angle. Is that who that is?
Yeah, it's Kurt Angle.
It's Kurt Angle. Maybe I wanted to fucking chant, you suck.
Yeah, right? I mean, hello.
They should have got Billy Gunn for this one.
Yeah, why not?
That guy right there on the right doesn't deserve to even be on TV. He's not a legend.
The one with glasses?
Yeah, the dipshit in the bottom on the right.
What the fuck is he?
His name was X-Pac, and he had another one in WCW, but he was never any good.
He looks like he's retarded.
He's not retarded.
He's like, what's going on? I don't even know where I am. He's got his
The
grandpa
road
mask
dog.
on.
He's supposed to be the badass Billy Gunn. Look at him looking at him like, you're Kurt Angle. Look at.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he just had another neck surgery.
Jesus. Wow.
What's the test going to be, Sean? He's got to pass a
Does
test.
he have to cross his eyes?
Tell us the test. Say yes.
My God, this is fucking dumb. People like this. I was like, the advice is to bliss, just be a hoe, kid. You're not good at this wrestling.
Here we go.
Chris says Ric Flair super last match tonight. Yeah. Singer says, Ravi, you know The Rock will lay the smackdown on Roman. That's why you don't want him back. Chris says they playing 13 Raw theme now.
And the
says,
millions.
Degeneration X is coming out right now. Robbie says, I'm going to have a fit with these bright flashing lights, right? Everybody have a seizure. Chris says, oh shit, DX video.
Oh, who's this?
They went PG with it.
Somebody's interrupting him, guys.
It's Austin. Oh,
it's Imperium.
It's the Imperium, guys. They're like, and yeah, no, get off my stage. Chris says, oh shit, DX videos showing the women. They went PG with it, but now they show it. Vindicator says, Travis, who do you like more between DX, NWO, NWO Wolfpack, or Jericho A-Hole Society?
It's just the NWO, the original 3. That's it. I mean, I like those other. I like groups and peoples and stuff. Obviously, the Four Horsemen are the best. The second best, the NWO. I was never a fan of DX. I didn't watch WWF at the time. I was full WCW at the time. Emporium's out there. Now, last time DX was out there, they embarrassed the FTR. Do you remember that?
I don't think so.
Shame on you for all that filth and nonsense.
Walter's like, okay, DX with Kurt Angle. Robbie said, remember when Randy got so-called burnt from...
That's literally their name.
That was the most fake-ass shit ever.
Look at you, a bunch of degenerates.
Robbie says, D loving the DX segment. Singer says, is Shawn Michaels out there? Unfortunately. Chris says he was 6 packs in WCW. Wax says, induct China tonight, H. Make it right. Vindicator says, still funny that Road Dogg wrestled at Impact about 4 weeks ago. Chris says, X-Pac went out with China. Robbie says, the 1, 2, 3 kid. Yeah. Wag says, 6, 1, 2, 3 kid. Right. Walter says, all right, bye, guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter.
That's not happening. It's not a hint. They're not going to wrestle at WrestleMania. Right. He got in his face. I'm retired, dude.
He has to be.
Get him, Sean.
Retired.
He's like, you want some? I see your feet. Come get some, Sean.
Yeah, go get him.
Let's see how that works.
Go get him, cross-eyed weirdo.
I'm too old. I'm too old. Not doing it. X-Pac. Road Dogg. Look at his belly. Again, you know Kurt Angle ain't gonna do shit. Maybe they got somebody in the back for him. Look, call a huddle. You know Kurt Angle ain't doing shit.
Kurt Angle's just standing there.
He can't do this.
He's just staring off into space.
Look at Kurt. He's like, I'm not even in that group.
Look at him. He's just like, do-do-do. Poor guy.
Nope. Nope. Kurt said he'll fight you. We're in a pickle.
You're in pickle jam? It's gross, guys. Chris says, where's our truth? Singer says, is Cody Rhodes back yet? Not yet, but close.
Who do you bring out to Seth?
Seth will come out.
Seth has no problem coming out.
Right.
I was hoping it was going to be Brock.
Right. That would have been pretty fun, but Seth is good.
Oh, no, I love Seth.
Seth can do it.
But Seth can't do it alone.
But he can bring all the, hype to himself.
Whoa. Big Seth Rollins.
Where's like, oh, do your mate HBK looking all cross-eyed and can't walk a straight line? True. Chris says Imperium, baby. Vindicator says, and Travis, who do you think was better just in ring ability, only between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, and Shawn versus Hangman Page?
Who's better in ring, Shawn or Bret? I would say Shawn.
Shawn versus Hangman Page.
And then if Shawn wrestled Hangman Page, Shawn would win that one also.
Vindicator says Triple H is a big Gunther fan, so he okayed this segment.
And I don't like Shawn. So for me to say that, that's big. But Bret in ring isn't that great. That's my opinion. I never was a fan, and he was terrible on the mic.
Chris says, Walter is here, baby. Robbie says, I don't give two shiny shites about Roman. He's another bigger fraud. Laughing. Chris says, it should have been Brock and Gunther. Maybe at Rumble they will set it up. Film says, DX woo. Bentley says, it won't let
Who's
me
the
subscribe
team going to be?
you. What do you mean it won't let you
Street
subscribe?
Profits!
That's weird. Yeah, they want the smokes. Robbie's like, dear, HBK can barely look straight. Chris says, TNA, Kurt, and Walter would have a 10-star fucking match. It would have been legendary. Robbie says, so they cut the women's match to show a cross-eyed man in a mustard yellow suit jacket. Nice touch, WWE. Vindicator says, I remember when Seth wrestled Gunther on Raw when he was still Walter.
Yep. So here comes the Street Profits. Ford and his wife were at the football game the other night.
Which one?
Representing, I think it was the Giants game.
Oh.
They were representing.
The Giants?
Just for WWE.
Oh.
She had her title and she was with the crowd.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I talk about, a woman carrying the company.
Right.
You're not going to see that with Rhea Ripley.
No.
She's not going to be in the crowds and.
Chris says Seth already faced Gunther in 17. Wag says go figure since Triple H HBK was with Street Profits last time. Singer Billy says, well, Big Show be there tonight. I don't know. He works with AEW. I'm not sure he's going to be there.
This booking stuff isn't easy, Vince? No.
Teddy?
Teddy Long! All right, playa. He was a referee for years. Literally, if you go watch old stuff, he's the referee in the ring.
Right.
And then they turned him into a GM.
Robbie says, are Ford and his wife big enough
Imperium.
celebrities to ask for a pic and autograph? I don't know.
Imperium. Chris
says, Teddy Long, playa.
There's your 6-man match. Somebody asked about it. And now we have one. Who's going to be the referee?
These guys are idiots. Jesus Christ, I can't believe people like this.
They were goofy like this. This is why people watch this. Well, they watched it for the titties, but some people fell in love with these guys during the titty age.
Because of their stupid shit? Jesus.
Kurt has an idea. Does he have a referee shirt on under that
He's
shirt?
a referee, too. It's a special referee shirt.
In Philadelphia? Born and raised? Let's... Suck it.
God, I feel like I lost brain cells.
You did.
Oh, my fucking dumb fuck. God damn.
This is our second match of the night, and we are literally halfway into the show.
Wow.
So, an hour and a half, we've had one match. The second match is going to start during a commercial. Maybe. It looks like it's going to, though.
Probably.
But we do have the go-home show tonight, so hopefully the second half of the show is going to be the go-home stuff. But it's definitely coming up to the Royal Rumble on this Saturday, wherever that is.
It's right there.
So I said it's wherever it is.
Singer
Some
Billy
good shit.
says CM Punk should return to face Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah? You want Punk to... Would you have CM Punk win? Or would you just have him come back and wrestle a hell of a match but still lose?
Chris says Teddy should have said to LA Knight tonight, you going one-on-one with The Undertaker, play a holla holla. Bentley says that is the first time I have seen 11 people in the ring on Raw.
Like a battle royal.
Wag says number 3 best ref was Teddy Long. Robbie says if I saw Ford and his wife, I wouldn't be excited. I wouldn't ask for a pic. No, Robbie, I wouldn't even be paying attention enough to ask for anything. So I would just probably walk by them as they were normal people. Because I don't care. Chris says this is the ruthless aggression BSD. I was 9 and thought this was cool.
That wasn't ruthless aggression. That was the Attitude Era.
It looks like garbage.
It was the Attitude. It was the second half
And if they did the shit that
of the
they did
90s.
on here as old men and they did it as young men, they're fucking dumb.
They did. They took an army tank to WCW.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah.
You told me about it.
And they were like trying to get in. Scott Steiner was on the other side of that door, and they were doing everything in their power to hold Scott back. Because Scott would have went out there and hurt them.
I think he should have. They should have just
Well,
let
they
him
should have
go.
got a couple of them and let him out.
They should have just let him out to murder him. Then see what
Well, I
would
don't know
happen.
about murder.
Old
but
HBK probably would have been cross-eyed a lot sooner. Rise a dear Loki loving idea. I can hear the joy in your voice. Great. Then it cares like Angle looks like that old spinning barbershop pole.
Doesn't he? His neck is still ginormous. He has the biggest neck I've ever seen on a human.
That's weird. Let's see. Chris says, I thought Kurt was from Britsburg. Lots of filler.
He is from Britsburg. They are in Britsburg, aren't they? Or, well, close enough. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, it's the same state.
Same place. It's all the same. Starts with a P. It's definitely the same. Robbie says, it's not a normal Raw. Is it? It's just segments. Wag says, here's one for you, Travis. Nick Patrick was good shit as WCW ref.
Absolutely. I love Nick Patrick. I don't know what happened to him. Like, he's the one guy that's still not around.
Singer Billy says, I want CM Punk to win.
You want Punk to win it?
Robbie says,
That
CM
would
Punk
be
is done.
interesting.
He ain't coming back.
I don't
Robbie's
see Punk in WWE.
LOD laughing with the sarcasm. Dantana King is in the chat. Hey, Dantana says,
Hey, Dantana.
who do you think going to win the Royal Rumble?
I think Cody and Rhea are still my top 2 picks.
Good picks.
I know Cody, it might be Sami. I don't want to say it because I don't think it makes any sense for it to be Sami.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But how they're pushing Sami right now, it would make a lot of sense if he did win it.
True.
But I would like to see Cody. But they can't do Cody. Cody makes too much sense, and it's too obvious for them to say, okay, we're going to do Cody, so let's announce that he's going to be there. I feel like if that was the case, they would have just said that he's not cleared yet. He's not cleared yet. Oh, he's cleared. There he is, number 30. And then Cody comes in, or 27, or somewhere at the end.
Right. Robbie says, not going to lie, this Raw isn't exciting. LOL. Dantana says, who will be entrance number 30? I don't know.
That's what I was saying. I don't know.
Robbie says, do you think Kurt did steroids to get that big neck?
No. Not originally.
Hey.
I think at some point they probably all did them.
Jerry the King's out there. He doesn't know who Kevin Patrick is, so he had to ask him who he was. That's fucking hilarious. Wax says Scott and the Giant.
He wants Cole.
Big Show.
It's like, where's Cole?
Piss DX to the tank.
Oh.
Bentley says, I want Kevin Owens beat Roman at Royal Rumble. Chris says we need DMD out there showing her small rack like Sable with the handprints. Robbie says, wow, Rhea winning the Rumble. WWE are desperate. Singer says, I think Cody and The Rock or Brock Lesnar will win it.
Yeah, they can't do Brock again unless they're going to drop the title off Roman, because I don't think people are going to watch that again.
No.
They will. I mean, people will love it,
Yes.
by the way. But the Twitter universe, and that's who controls wrestling now, I think, they're not going to like Brock Roman again. But Drew McIntyre definitely could. I feel like Drew's probably number 2.
Unfortunately. Dantana says, Cody versus Roman day 1. Roman lose, The Rock come out and challenge him day 2.
Yep. A lot of things can happen. And I'm hoping that they can split those belts up either before or during WrestleMania. All of them.
Robbie's like, oh, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who Kevin is as well.
You don't like Kevin Patrick?
He was Ernie or Bert, whatever it was.
Bert Patrick.
Back, according to Kevin Owens.
Yeah, because he didn't want him to be Kevin.
He didn't want him to be a Kevin. Chris says, I don't want Brock Roman again.
Exactly. There we go.
Or somebody said this. There. Somebody said it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if Roman lost, but I don't want to see Brock lose again. That's why I don't want to see Brock in there against Gunther, because I don't want to see Brock lose, and I feel like they'll push Gunther through Brock. Or at least make it a hell of a match.
Right.
But there's no way Gunther beats Brock. I mean, it's silly. I love that Gunther's lost all that weight, but I feel like now it's time to start bulking. Now start putting mass on.
He kind of is. His legs are starting to get a little bit bigger. Big
clothesline. That's Vinci in there right now. Now here comes the other one.
Dan Tana says Drew Mac should be champion right now, but nah, thanks to Solo Sequoia. Ravi says Brock versus Roman smells like my shit in the toilet. Senior Billy says that's what I want is Roman to lose the title.
Yeah.
Bentley says if Kevin Owens beats Roman, I want to see Brock go against Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways they could go. I don't see that happening, but it would be awesome.
Right.
I love seeing all this fantasy booking and everything. So,
at least with like realistic fantasy bookings, like people who are actually active wrestlers and have been wrestlers and still continue to wrestle even if it's here and there.
Right.
Like
we're not gonna see the Undertaker wrestle Brock.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Chris says I want Gunther to beat Brock barely. Like maybe he wins with a power bomb of top rope, then set up a table and Walter splash through Brock. 1, 2, 3. Gunter wins.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. But that's me.
Tantana says y'all going live Saturday. Yes,
we will be here Saturday.
Rumble. We'll be here for the pay-per-view on Saturday. Wag says Nick has officiated various independent show and has been involved in several wrestling-related projects,
all right.
including
Here's Seth and Gunther right here, guys.
To run indie groups like Rampage, Pro Wrestling, and Great Championship Wrestling.
Awesome.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's went on to do other things.
Couple big dudes in there right now. Let's
Robbie
get it on.
Oh,
Gunther kicks him right in the guts.
Wag says he has recently begun to reopen Deep South Wrestling, which was run by his father and was once a developmental territory for the WWF WWE. Nick Patrick resides in a suburb of Georgia. Robbie says, so The Rock, is he a good actor?
Yeah, I like some of his shows. Like that Red one, that Red Notice, I really enjoyed. I know that some people didn't like it.
Central Intelligence.
Well, Central Intelligence is off the chain.
Fucking
you
shit.
like the black Will Smith? Is that racist?
I love unicorns. He's so funny.
Corns are the most majestic animal in the animal kingdom. Corns.
Bentley says, oh, watch you on Saturday. Sweet.
Awesome, yeah.
That's what we like to hear, my man.
Just hang out with us. Just chat with us.
Yeah. It's kind of like hanging out with buddies.
And that's the whole point of what we do. So you can actually interact with people.
Harley says, I'm mad. I did not get to see the Bronco Buster Forum?
Who did a Bronco Buster?
Bronco Buster.
A Bronco Buster is when they jump on the corner and they ride their face.
Ew. Billy says maybe have John Cena win the Royal Rumble and face Roman and take the title because Cena need another chance.
Can you imagine that?
He's so small now. I just think it'd be weird.
I do feel like that, what you just said, is gold. You're going to get more people watching. The build up to that would be fantastic. You know, he's on the cover of the video game. But yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Did your audio go out?
Did my audio what?
Go out.
No, did it?
You can hear it.
I can hear it. It's music.
Oh, mine's working again. Mine stopped working. I'm like, is your audio working? Anyways, yeah, that would be gold. I didn't even think about that because you would have the off chance that he breaks Ric Flair's record for the title,
right.
working your way to WrestleMania. And I think a lot of people would watch that. You could have Ric Flair at ringside. Ric Flair's family could be there.
And they're all upset and murder him later.
No, they would. There would be like a big congratulations thing if he won, but you wouldn't know if he's going to win.
Robbie's like, LOD, not a fan of that actor Rock. Wag says Montez Ford, a great IC champion. You think if they split up Street Profits?
Well, of course, he would be a great champion if they decide to split him up. I like the idea of keeping tag teams together. I've been a huge advocate of that forever. That's why I didn't like the Vince McMahon stuff, is because he always broke up the tag teams, even broke up the Iconics. And that didn't work. He broke them up and then did nothing, put them in separate tag teams. That's where, like, why didn't you just put them back together? But anyways, yeah, if they decide to break up Ford and Dawkins, then Ford could go all the way to the top. I think he could be a world champion. He's built for it.
Right. Right
now, Imperium just tagged in. Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig. Chris says, needs DMD to give me the Bronco Buster. Ew. Cody and Cena final to Rumble. Robbie says Cena gonna end up looking like Lex Luger with a shaggy body in 10 years' time.
It happens to everybody, you know. I mean, when you get that size of muscle on you, or fat, you can do it with fat too. And then you lose it, you're gonna just have saggy things.
Billy says, yep, I really want either The Rock or Cena to get it off Roman. Chris says maybe Cena night 1 wins Cody night 2. Cena breaks Ric Flair record and Cody wins for Dusty. Rick versus Dusty. So much history.
But can you imagine Roman losing 2 matches in a row when he hasn't lost in 700 and some days?
Right. I don't know,
that's
weird.
That's tough. Like, I don't know.
Harley says, I would like to consider this more than VC could like to consider watching wrestling with a big family.
Right.
Yep.
All right, the little side headlock right there. Seth Rollins is...
Wag says, I have 100%
love
out for you guys as Monday Night Raw delight. Travis, you said it best having buddies to mingle and enjoy WWE and all their biffed up garbage.
Yeah, I mean, complain if you want to, cheer if you want to. Like,
right.
I don't care. I don't care if you're a Punk fan. I don't care if you're a Liv Morgan fan. We might give you a hard time here and there, but...
That's true.
You know... I have never liked Punk, right? Like, I mean, you can go back 2015, I didn't like Punk, right? But I don't like what happened to him in AEW. That still irritates me. They need to be bigger people than that. So I'm hoping that he does come back there and they can make their bed, because I feel like he's the only needle mover they have on that whole roster. When he's there, they get over 1 million views. When he's not, they don't. And that's facts. And I don't know if they'll get over 1 million views with Sasha. If Sasha even goes there. Look at Ford. It's like a machine gun chop.
Yeah. Robbie says WWE tag teams don't last long these days.
No.
Billy says, I hope that happens, Chris. Robbie says, is SmackDown going to have legends? No.
No. SmackDown just going to have the normal storylines.
Wag says, I hate how he broke Bubba Ray and Devon, even though Devon basically brought us Batista right, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like how they break them up. Devon and Bubba Ray should always be a tag team, in my book. But, you know, they broke them up in TNA also. So maybe those guys wanted to work separately a little bit. Because remember when he started using steroids and he got all jacked and it looked funny? Because he was a big fat guy. Imagine this. Imagine looking at Otis.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he looked like Scott Steiner. You're like, what?
That'd be weird.
Like, I didn't watch for like 3 years. I start watching him again and I'm like, when did he get all jacked? Oh, right there. Rollins just saved him because Gunther was about to attack the broken-necked Kurt Angle.
Film says 7.6 out of 10 for Raw. Chris says Bubba and Devon actually really like each other. Robbie says D. Duffo would give you a hard time if you were a Liv fan. Chris says I want Punk versus Omega. That's basically a free 7-star match waiting for AEW.
And it needs to happen. Those guys need to get over their egos and wrestle. Because that is a match. For one of them. That's a match to watch.
Billy says and put The Rock in the Intercontinental Championship match. Oh God.
That's mean. That's just not happening.
Wax says I agree. I like WCW a lot. I don't like the Del Rio sex bullshit.
Oh, Del Rio. Yeah, that's weird.
Film says,
I don't even really know what happened there. I didn't watch it, or not watch it, but the court thing and all that. Did he get arrested for any of that?
Film says, oh, well, we got some new people in here. How's it going there? Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Robbie says, D, you not got the sound effects tonight. The sound effects are right there for your sound machine stuff. Bentley says, if Brock wins the Royal Rumble, I wonder who he's going to go up against.
Well, if he wins, he has to go up against Roman. Roman has both belts. The only way they could do that is separate the belts at like Elimination Chamber in February. Because I don't think they have anything planned for March unless they're going to maybe do Saudi Arabia before WrestleMania.
Right.
And I don't know. Right. They haven't announced anything. We know nothing about March.
Robbie says the lad nearly taking out the cameraman with that dive.
Oh, yeah.
Harley says, and also Vince McMahon split up the Hardys.
He split up the Rockers. He split up the Bulldogs. He split up the Hart Foundation. He split up basically everybody. Look at that. Suck it! Neckbreaker off the top.
Wag says, yeah, and Bubba went apeshit, became a dick. How about Steiner Brothers? That was some fuck up shit.
Yeah.
Chris says, oh, well, Del Rio hit Paige, apparently. Robbie says, Del Rio, is he still doing Bird, or is he out and about?
To be honest, I have no idea what's happening with him.
That's why Travis asked if he got arrested.
That's why I do think he's free, because I keep hearing people saying he might come back, but I don't think he'll be welcome.
No. Billy says, is John Cena there tonight? Haven't seen him, Billy.
We have not seen
no
Cena.
Idea if he's there or not.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he's not.
Bentley says we could try to go for the United States, but he could try to go for the Intercontinental belt, though.
Right. Oh, curb stomp.
Robbie's message retracted.
Vinci.
Chris says Del Rio is free.
1, 2, and 3, and it's over.
Free.
That was 13 minutes and 1 second.
Chris is like Del Rio in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, Lord. Can you imagine the boo?
Could you imagine what would happen?
Well, sometimes you want pops, but that's the kind of pop.
Not the kind of pop you want.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, ew.
People look at that stuff and go, you know what? That's a no.
How about no? Look at Ford's height.
He cray.
And then he rolls out, and then Seth hits him with a curb stomp. But they don't call it a curb stomp anymore. It's just a stomp.
It's a curb stomp.
I'm going to always call it a curb stomp, but...
Billy's like, who won? Street Profits and
Street
Seth.
Profits just won it with Seth. Took 13 minutes and 1 second.
Chris says Chris Masters in the Rumble. Robbie's message retracted.
So I was on Twitter, and I seen Chris Masters' tweet that said that he has not been contacted by WWE, so he's probably not going to be in it. Is that Ted DiBiase? The $1 Million Man? Have fun in that game, Baron Corbin.
Back to the poker game.
4 aces. He just beat the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Black says, despite being indicted by a jury for battery and sexual assault, all legal charges towards Del Rio were dropped on the 10th December 21.
Wow. You know, an indictment from the federal indictments. Oh, there he is. It's Bray Wyatt's dad.
That's Bray Wyatt's dad?
That's his dad.
That's funny.
That's Erwin R. Shyster. He's playing taxes. That is awesome to see him in there. His name's Mike Rotunda in real life. You can keep that. You earned it. I love that Ted DiBiase's even got his bell.
Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. $100. Here it comes.
Damn.
Damn.
Weird.
Oh, we're going to get Charlotte up next?
I don't know what's happening. Billy's like, yay, about the Street Profits and them winning. Robbie says, just don't let Vince split up Dee and Travis, lol.
Split them up.
Why would Vince do that? Billy says, what about Chris Benoit?
What about him?
What about Chris Benoit?
We usually don't. Well, she never watched him wrestle, so she doesn't know anything about the wrestling side. All she knows is about the E-entertainment stuff, and that's the dark side.
Chris says Cameron Grimes at Rumble. Maybe. They might have NXT people. Who knows? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know how many NXT people are going to be, especially on the men's side, but there's probably a few, I think, we'll get.
Film says, Billy, to be honest with you, he's been dead a long time ago. Really, Film? That's good information to know. Wax says, I heard Ricardo Rodriguez is in talks to WWE with Triple H.
Huh. Well, that might happen.
Robbie says Corbin got clarted with the tax bill. Wag says, I remember watching IR.
Yeah, oh yeah. Erwin I. Schuster.
Film says, yes, the armpit queen Charlotte Flair will be showing up on Raw. Let's go. Robbie says, the android, a.k.a. the female Roman, LOL, coming out. Wag says, IRS fight on WCW in the original gear of wrestling in high school. Chris says, Joe Gacy at Rumble.
Yeah, and possibly. Who was he fighting at the Performance Center? I saw him go in there and try to start a fight with one of the talent there. It's kind of looks like a little rivalry they have going on. I don't know if that was on NXT or if they were just showing highlights on Twitter of things that happened backstage.
How's your sandwich, Picola? Did you make one? Was it delicious?
Just switching gears to food.
Picola hasn't said a comment for a bit. He left for doing
sandwich.
Vindicator's not there either. Usually he's around too. Wag says, I want your opinion of the truth of how and why Owen died.
Well, I think we understand. I mean, unless you're doing conspiracies like he was murdered or something. I don't know if he had an insurance policy or any of that. I'm just saying what we know is Vince cut corners. He paid the cheapest person to do mountain climbing gear or whatever possible. It was like a circus that was closed down or something. And the equipment failed.
He paid the ultimate price, somebody's life.
Yeah.
I hope he lives with that forever. Oh, he will.
Right. And, and he had paid that one guy. There was a guy that he did it with all the time, and he paid him $10,000 a time. Mm-hmm. And then this one he did $300 or something. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's terrible. If that's what you're talking about, because that's the facts that we know that were in court. Anything other than that, it would be conspiracy stuff, and I don't know. I don't have a horse in that race.
Robbie says that head butt off the top turnbuckle was dangerous, nearly killed him. Billy says if he was still alive, I bet Chris Benoit can beat Roman, but rip Chris Benoit.
I don't know how old he would be now. He'd be pretty old. I don't know if he'd still be going. If you think about it, because he's the same age as Dean Malenko, and if you look at Dean Malenko in AEW when you see him in the back, he's pretty old looking. So I don't know if Chris would still be going at full speed.
Chris says we need Jim Cornette to come out and rant tonight.
Can you imagine having Jim Cornette show
up? Film, let's not play those kind of games with new people, okay? Robbie says Cole loves his grub. Wag says, does Braun Steiner show on Rumble? Braun Breaker.
At the
Royal Rumble.
Possibly, but I think they're waiting on him. I don't know what they're waiting for, but I think they're waiting on him, maybe for him to drop the title. But I think he's going to be up sometime in 24. Or, a little bit before, but I think 24 is going to be his year on the main roster.
Right.
That's just my opinion on
that one. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla says, odd, am I banned on my other account? I tried commenting and it wouldn't let me. I don't think so.
You shouldn't be unless Ravi banned you or something.
I don't think you've been banned.
What
Wax
other
says,
account?
No, I mean telling Owen to jump or be fired. Oh, no.
No, I never heard anything like that.
I don't think so. Didn't he always do that, though? He always came down to the ring like that.
No,
He did that stunt a couple of times before.
Maybe. To be honest, I know that Shawn Michaels did it all the time. All the time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know about Owen, and I don't even know why Owen was doing it. But no, I don't think he said anything like that. But hell, he could have. There's Bobby in the back.
Bobby! Bentley's like, Roman sucks. Phil's like, hey, Ayla, how's it going? Chris says Eddie would be on AEW probably if he were still alive. Robbie says you remember the headbutt from Chris Benoit, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Billy says, Film Nation, Wrestling Fan, what game? Robbie says, eat a Snickers, man. Ayla's like, Robbie, did you ban me? Chris says they showed Ryback. Robbie says reverse messages never showed as well. I think it's YouTube being dodgy, Ayla. It was like, Travis, I have 2 YouTube accounts, my main one and one I let my kids mess with. This one.
Huh. Yeah, no, I should be able to go through it and look. I could probably do it on my phone.
Why are these the same exact accounts?
Why do they have the same name?
Why do they have the same name and the same picture? It's creepy. Ayla's like, hey, I'm going to switch again. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening.
Huh, that's weird.
Wags says Benoit would be 57 this year. Owen was the blue bird thingy back then, too.
Yeah, 57 is pushing it. What year did Ric Flair retire? He's got to be around that time.
Bentley says, who is better, Roman, Brock, John, or The Rock?
Better as in like a sell, like who's going to sell more pay-per-views or what? Because, obviously Roman's the best there is right this second.
Like, what do you mean
He's
by
the biggest
who's
draw.
better? Like, better at what?
Right. Or are you
Being
just
a champion?
Are you just talking about just in general?
Yeah. There's a lot of too many betters out there. Films like Robbie's sticker. What are you talking? Snickers. He wants you to eat a Snickers. You're not you. It looks like because that's my name. Woo, the nature boy. Robbie says MVP gonna wrestle tonight. Singer says The Rock is the best to me. Chris says Brock might show up tonight for Bobby unless Brock and Bobby at Saudi Arabia, then Mania, Brock and Gunter.
Yeah, and look at who it is. 16-time Ric Flair. Got that Ric Flair drip going, woo!
Nothing.
I feel like he got shot with a paint gun, maybe.
It's roses.
Oh, it is flowers.
It's flowers. He was wearing a Seth outfit, basically.
You keep our lights shining.
Harley says he was doing the whole thing coming down from the rafters as the blue. Ah.
I think his younger self would kick his ass.
Oh, it is a different picture. And she says, I think it worked. It did. Films like, Ayla, hope you're having a great new year. Chris says Ric Flair last match right now.
No, please, no. I already paid for his last match. I feel like if he has another one, I'm going to sue.
Did he raid Seth's outfit? Robbie's like, Ayla, I see your comment. Bentley says, just in general. He wants to just in general who's better. Roman, Brock, John, or The Rock?
I personally like The Rock and Brock best out of that foursome, but John's probably the best out of that foursome all around.
Yeah. Probably,
for the company.
Unfortunately, yeah.
He's done more appearances and just done more for the company.
For WWE. Not necessarily for himself.
And he's the 16-time champion.
The Rock does a lot of stuff just for himself and him and Dwayne Johnson, right?
Here she comes. Charlotte. Woo!
It was like, I was like, what did I do? Wax says, Travis, you're right, was 62 in WWE for last match.
Yeah, so right around that same age.
That boy likes the queen. All hail the queen.
All hail the queen. She looking like she coming out of a Superman movie.
I know, right? I'm like, what is wrong with her?
She from Krypton.
Wax is read that. Ravi says D would look good in that yellow flower sleep girl scoot. Thing's ugly as fuck. Wags says Randy could have been that champ, but he fucked up.
Well, he done hurt his back too, but yeah, he should be in that list.
It was like or That'd
But I still think he's
I
fifth
think he
on
means
that
barf
list.
barf. Holy crap. Oh, shit. I hit my wall. Finally hit my wall.
Why are you punching walls? Did you break a fist?
It's 1 more hour left. I'm done. Rose says, DA, I thought you were meant to bow down to your queen. Why would I bow down to her?
Charlotte. She's the queen.
Bow down to Charlotte? Film's like, here she is, my queen. I love you very much. Chris is like, Charlotte cosplay as Killer Frost from DC. Billy
Right.
says, do you think Randy Orton will show up tonight?
No, I don't. Just because of his back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think a lot's going to be happening with him. I don't think they want you to see him crippled up
Yeah.
in case he does come back.
I think you want to see him as a normal dude. Wag says, I'm saying because of drug, but BS he did. Going puke. I hate Charlotte.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't like Charlotte. I'm a fan.
A lot of people hate her. Some people love her to
I
death.
just like this part about her record.
Some people think that they're talking to her.
She's the best on the mic in the business. So is Sonya going to show up?
Maybe. Jaco's in the chat. Hey, Jaco says, morning. Good morning. Harley says, I would have to agree with you, Travis. If Ric Flair has one more match, I'm suing.
I feel like I should be able to sue. I paid for his last match. It was like $40 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, not that that's a lot, I'm just saying it, but I paid for it because it was advertised as his last match. And I had to sit through a pay-per-view that wasn't that great.
Oh, God, that thing was
It
terrible.
wasted a lot of time in my life. So, if I put that in vault, that's like $1,000.
At least.
So therefore, it could do a class action lawsuit if he does another one. Not kidding on that, by the way.
Robbie
But
says,
yes.
D never impressed. You're hard to please. D. Chris says, maybe we see Big Papa Sonya right now.
I think we were going to. No, it's Bianca going to come out. Now, remember, Charlotte's a babyface. So I don't think this is going to be a standoff. I think they're going to just like each other.
Right. Foam says, Billy, dude, I miss Randy. I agree. I wish he would show up tonight. Robbie says, Charlotte, not good on the mic, doesn't have a great tone.
I think she's one of the best, so I'll disagree with you on that one. But
Billy says,
But
what
I
happened
understand
to
what you're
Sasha
saying.
Banks? She quit like a crybaby bitch that she is.
Sasha left. She was let go or whatever.
Sorry, Billy. If you're a big fan of hers, that's great. I hate her. I think
she
she's
lets
a big
people
fat
know what
crybaby.
she likes and doesn't like.
She is a loser. She is a pathetic person as a human.
Remember, this is her opinion.
This is just my opinion, not Travis's or anything like that. She has quit on WWE I don't know how many times and cried about it. She's a fucking
Remember,
loser.
Charlotte just said that Raw will
and
always
she's
be
not
her
very nice
house.
in real life either. So I think Sasha Banks is a
So
piece
are
of
they going to
garbage.
be super nice to each other? And like, what's that called when girls do that?
I don't know.
Khaki or something. There's a word when they go back and forth when they're nice but they're really not.
Oh, I don't know.
Khaki,
What happened to her other
possessive?
earring? Did it fall out?
I don't know.
She only has one earring in.
Yeah, she skipped down to the ring. Just not here because this is my house. Because I go here now. You don't know what word I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Caddy.
Oh,
It's
they're
called
catty. Oh, okay. Ayla says, Ravi, you
Who's
should try
this?
out for a Wizard of Oz musical.
Sonya.
Hey, there's Sonya. Somebody wanted her to show up. There she is.
Sonya.
Oh, wait, Travis said she'd show up. Somebody else in the chat said it, too. Robbie says,
Also
unlike
good
Dee
on the
does
mic.
on the mic. Film says, Billy, she teamed up with Naomi and they both walked out and now she's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Jacob says The Rock will fight Saturday Night Man Royal Rumble Match 23. Yeah?
You think so?
I think he's gonna
well,
show
we'll be
up,
here, so join us for that because I'm
Robbie
excited.
says, Ayla,
If he
I will
shows
do
up,
that.
I'm going to be jumping up and down. So
Ravi says, Ayla, I will leave that to you to tap your red shoes so you can get home. Chris says, Shar didn't say Paige. Film says, EST, yes. Ravi says, I feel like it sounds she's reading from a card. Ayla says, oh, I don't think you'd get Dorothy, but Ravi, you'd definitely get a Munchkin roll. Billy says, I like Ronda Rousey.
nothing wrong with Ronda.
Wag says, you could have sat there and played with your cat instead of watching Rick lie to us. Remember Rick versus Jay Lethal? Woo, off in TNA.
Yeah, the woo, 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 woo. I guess that wasn't even rehearsed. They just did it. One was in the ring, one was up on the ramp.
Oh, jeez.
And they just went back and forth.
Robbie says, Ayla, you like munchkins, I bet. Wag says, best friends. It's called laughing my ass off. Ayla says, no, I actually having a rational fear of them. It's odd and I don't know where it came from.
There we go.
You mean an irrational fear. Chris says, come on, Bliss. Ayla's like irrational, not rational.
Let the champion get it done. She's going to.
Sonya deserves to get the big boot, test to her face.
They are doing it. She's like, Starlet's letting her face the champ. It's her show.
Wag says, here's some news. Did you guys hear about Ozzy?
Uh-oh, what's happening with Ozzy?
Osbourne?
Is he hurt? Or dead? Hopefully he's not dead.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Well, what other Ozzy is there? And Harriet?
Your nephew?
Is that Ayla that said that?
No, it's Wags.
Oh, does he know my nephew?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what he knows. Well, I was like, Ronda the one-trick pony. Chris says, damn, Sonya needs a white Christmas on face.
Oh, look at this. They're showing her
that way, Chris.
Tiffany Stratton highlights.
Boom says, Billy, me too. Who doesn't like Ronda Rousey?
I love it. Tiffany Stratton is back. Don't stare at her tits. That's all they show you. They're showing her tits.
She's back. Don't look at her boobies.
I love it.
Don't look at her boobs. It's wrong.
She matured. She hit puberty while she was out for a few months.
Is that what happened to her boobies?
Jesus Christ.
Billy says, yeah, and I hope The Rock wins the Royal Rumble if he's in the Royal Rumble. If not, I hope John Cena wins. Wonder if he's not in the Royal Rumble, then who's going to win?
Well, who do you want to win if it's not John or Dwayne?
Film says, Missy and Travis, who do you think is winning the Harry Armpit? Nikki or Kelly? Nikki Bella, because she's got big boobies.
Kelly does too, but yeah.
Robbie says Sonya is so mediocre. Ozzy is he's still rolling. It was like, I have an Ozzy. Phil's like, I love my Tiffany. Chris is like, Tiffany Stratton, baby.
Oh,
Bentley
yeah.
says, who's your favorite woman wrestler? Personally, it's Ronda Rousey.
Well, now it's Tiffany Stratton. Just kidding. I'm teasing.
No,
my favorite's probably Becky.
Wax says, no, he asking to be knighted in England. Oh, nice.
He's asking to be knighted or he's getting to be knighted?
He's asking to be
knighted. He's
knighted.
like, can I be a knight?
I want
The
to be
king's
knighted.
like-
Can I be knighted? I've taken lots of drugs.
He probably can't talk. So
What? What did he say?
I want to be a knight. I love Ozzy. He's like, Ozzy, can you just sing it?
Right?
Sing that to me.
Sing it and we'll all
now I know what
understand
you're
it.
saying.
Chris says, all the way she talks is annoying, but it's so hot. Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, she's terrible. I thought she was joking when we watched that, when I turned it on.
Oh, that's how she really talks?
Yeah, I thought that was a joke, but no, that's just her just cutting a promo.
That's how she really, really talks?
Well, I don't know if she talks like
she really, like she's trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
She's a valley
Gretchen.
girl.
So, there's a new girl at work right now. Her name's Felicia. And all I want to be like is like, bye, Felicia! I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Become friends with her first and then do it. Is that off a movie?
Yes.
What is it?
I
Mean
couldn't
Girls,
tell you
or-
which one.
Oh.
Somebody tell me. Ayla might know.
Because I'm like, that sounds funny, but I don't remember it.
Wag says, I want Edge or Cody or Seth. You think Edge might
Edge,
come back during the Royal Rumble?
Cody
It's
or
a
Seth.
possible.
I could see Edge and I could see Seth. Edge, that would be a cool send-off for Edge. The only problem is would he beat Roman? And then if he did, is he going to stick around and defend the championship? Because he's got a thing coming up. I would assume that's going to happen at WrestleMania with him and Finn Balor, with Beth Phoenix and Rhea. Unless Rhea wins the Royal Rumble, and then they got to figure out a different time to do that.
Right. Ayla's like, nothing wrong with my Aussie. Are you sure? Does he eat crayons? Just kidding. Yeah. Wag says, let the puppies out. Woof, woof. Robbie says she is more plastic than Barbie and Ken. Wag says, Robbie, and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with her being more plastic?
What's wrong with being plastic like Ken?
And Barbie. Wag says, I want Edge or Cody or Seth. And Philip says, okay, nice pick. Missy and Charles. Vindicator says so. Bianca easily. The best dressed person on this so-called special show. Too bad she is wasted in a rehash match.
Yeah, she's
hey,
just
Vindicator
fighting.
showed his face again.
Hey, there's the Vin.
Ravi says, so Ozzy, is he still going? Sounds like it, Ravi. You should know. You're in the same country as him. Billy says, it's not just John Cena or The Rock. I want Big Show, Braun Strowman, or Cody Rhodes to win. Oh, okay.
I definitely want Cody. That's who I'm going to go for.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Big Show's probably not going to be in it, bud, because he's with AEW, like, major. So, there's that. Vindicator says, other than Taker, Bray, and Knight, this show has not been good. Film says, Vin, how's it going? Wag says he's from there, that why. Ravi says, no, LOD, he doesn't have posh London accent. I know, he has the garbage shithole Liverpool accent. Film
Is
says,
that what that is?
Wags, how's it going? I don't know, I'm just guessing. How's it going? Ayla says, how can you tell Ravi? And Ravi says, Ozzy, his daughter, is hella annoying. Piccolo says Friday, it's Ice Cube. Oh, he's the one that says, bye, Felicia.
So that is the third
That's where it
match
came
of the
from.
night just
Thank you,
started,
Piccolo.
and we are deep into the third hour.
How was your sandwich? Sophie's back in the chat. This show has been awesome so far.
It's been a good one, huh? It's moving
Robbie
along.
says, Ayla, I will let you work it with a nut in your head. Harley says, it's from the movie Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. Thank you, Harley and P. Cola. Wag says, Birmingham, England is where Ozzy born from. Liverpool. Bentley says, it finally let me subscribe to you. I had to get out of YouTube and then had to come back in.
Oh.
Yeah, I think YouTube's just been having some issues tonight or something. A lot of people said they couldn't post chats and stuff like that. So probably just a weird back thing with YouTube.
Bianca
Happens
looks good in those
sometimes.
shorts. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, she
Snake it.
sometimes wears nice shorts. She usually wears pants.
Yeah, well, they're usually longer shorts. These ones are a little shorter. They call them boy shorts or whatever. Butt huggers. Sonya's in trouble. Oh, look at that spear.
Or Naomi in that promo. Why would she? Why would she, Sophie? Why would Charlotte mention nobody has-beens?
Who was that?
Charlotte didn't mention Sasha or Naomi in that promo.
Why would she wrestle? Why?
Who fucking cares?
Well, I mean, did she name other wrestlers or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe I missed what the point of the interview was or whatever.
It was
segment.
like, bye, Felicia is from a movie about Ice-T, I believe. His son played him. Yes. Film's got a question for Pico.
Ice-T or Ice Cube?
Ice-T. And Robbie's like, nothing wrong, LOL. Chris says Tiffany Stratton bringing back the sex appeal.
She is.
Mandy had it, and then they fucking did something stupid by getting rid of her. Bunch of dumb assholes.
Instead of just suspending her for like 90 days or something.
Right? Like, what a bunch of dumb fucks. Made her drop the title would have been fine in suspending her. But the fucking shit they did, I mean, I get it. She's probably better off doing her own thing and whatever. But that's fucked up. They fucked up.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
Don't like him.
Dumb assholes.
That sex would sell, and it's okay. And I feel like it's an asset. Vince can hire her back. Vince is back. He can do things.
Wag says what you say, Dia, about the movie saying, oh.
Oh,
I was
Bianca.
talking about there is a new person where I work, and her name is Felicia, and I just want to be like, bye, Felicia, to her. But I couldn't remember where it came from. I knew it was from a movie, but I couldn't remember which one.
Did you figure out which one it was?
Yes, it's Friday. It's from Friday.
Huh.
Ice Cube says it in Friday.
That's
Sophie
2
says
and
that steel
3.
cage
No!
match was a disappointment.
Yeah, since it didn't happen. Yeah. I'm hoping that they tell us later tonight that they're going to move it to the pay-per-view. That would be nice.
Robbie says, D, just because I live in England, I don't know everyone. What the fuck ever, dude?
You're on an
live there.
island. You don't know
live on an island,
everybody?
you have nowhere to go. Like, literally, you guys live up each other's asses. So there's no way that you wouldn't know everybody who's there.
Don't you just say hello to every single person?
Chip,
that you
chip,
see?
cheerio! As you walk down the street with your tea and your finger up. You wackos. That one.
Every place, every corner.
Every place. Chris says we need Stratton and Scarlett pay-per-view. Robbie says Birmingham accent, Liverpool garbage. Billy says, is Braun Strowman going to be in the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't know why he wouldn't be. He's got the most eliminations in one single event, I believe. I have a feeling he's going to be there.
Wag says, hi, Film. Film says Tiffany knows exactly how to bring the sex appeal because she's hot. Rocco Perazzi is in the chat. Hey, Rocco. Hey, in my honest opinion, this sort of your show, big letdown.
Yeah, I think some people are thinking that, and other people think it's good. I feel like it's flowing well, and I did like a lot of the legend stuff that we've been seeing, but I haven't liked a lot of the matches we've been seeing because we're in the third one now. Yeah. This is the third match. That's it.
Ella says straight out of Compton. Films like Wags, what's your favorite part about watching wrestling? Sophie says this feels like a Triple H-led Raw with the amount of matches that we are getting tonight. Ayla says, ooh, Ice Cube, I'm awful, but they also say it in the movie I'm talking about. Chris says Shotzi has been doing horror movie reviews on YouTube, so I'm sure she is ready for Rumble.
Yeah, that's cool.
Robbie says, LOD laughing because she has pants like Esta.
I guess there is a scary movie out there where through the movie they ask you to pray with them. And so as you're because if you do it, if you actually play along, you do a prayer throughout the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And at the end, they tell you that you were like worshiping the devil or something.
Nice.
At the very end, and now your house is haunted and blah, 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 blah. And then they go off. So like, what the fuck?
They just end the movie like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
no, they're like, well, you
Felicia!
you just summoned Satan. See ya.
Bye, Felicia! Wags says, Hetty barbecue wings with Fanta Pop from my job. A.K.A. McDonald's. Burn McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Sophie says because she mentioned women that she has beaten in her run. Well, they weren't worth anything to beat, so. Robbie says, D, did they really fuck up? Who? What's going on? Chris says, and now Sonya is being pushed is so suspicious.
Did they really fuck up is the Mandy firing? Because that's what you said they messed up with.
Okay, so they messed up on their end for their brand. For her, probably not. Like, it probably was like a blessing in disguise sometimes with that stuff. Possibly. But it all depends on what she wants to do with her life, right? I mean, if she's making enough money and she's putting stuff aside and she's investing in stuff and she's set for her future, she can start a family and be fine and no big deal and just go on with her life. Right?
I guess.
But, I mean, in all reality, for what they had going and stuff, now, whenever those poor girls that were under her, nothing. They're garbage. They have no pop whatsoever. They're with this stupid 18-year-old stupid the champion down there. Fucking lame. Lame as fuck. Like, it's the most lamest thing. They literally took the women's championship and made it nothing in NXT. Good job, dumbasses. Well, good fucking job.
They put it on a placeholder. They had to have somebody. She will get beat, and it'll be a legit
She's
champion.
had it way too long. At this point, she's had it too long. She should have lost it within the next week, and they should have put it on somebody else that was already going to that place to get it from Mandy in the first place. They already should have put it on somebody else.
They were going to put it on her anyways in February. She was that person. That's why they rushed it. That's why it's weird, because it was too rushed. That's what I'm getting at, is she was going to be that girl.
Yeah, well.
They just pushed it, and so the story wasn't there.
Should have never been her in the beginning. Chris says, and now Sonya is being pushed is so suspicious. Sonya should stick it to WWE and no sell this match because they got rid of her friend Mandy.
It's fine that she's getting this kind of a push. This is the same thing they did with Ricochet before we stopped seeing him. They're going to push some of their lower level talent and let people see them for a while, and then they're going to go away.
Sophie says, would they have enough time to add a match to the card Saturday?
Possibly.
For this, maybe. Robbie says, D, you have heard how I speak, and I'm not posh at all. Are you sure? Thumbs like,
Sonya gonna win
wow, EST got some nice, mighty fire armpits. Billy says, to be honest, I think Braun Strowman can destroy Roman Reigns because Braun Strowman is the one that put Roman down a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he is, but you got to remember, he's also the one that he won the title from. Roman.
Yeah.
He's the one, he beat him, he pinned him in that triple threat match.
Yep. Film says, P. Call, did you get the question on who's winning? Sophie says, I can't believe it took 18 years for the WWE to hit Hollywood for Mania again. Robbie says,
1,
it's
2, and 3.
At best, because the cage match got squashed for D's boss-eyed mate.
8:24.
Sophie says, I feel like they are going to add Becky versus Bayley in a steel cage on Saturday. They should mention it tonight.
Yeah, if they're going to. I don't know if they're going to do that, though.
Right? Bone says, my favorite part about wrestling is watching my favorite female wrestlers that I like very much.
Yes.
Wag says, night, sis, and bro. Be safe, much love. 100 out of 100 shows. All right, thanks, Wags. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you again, hopefully. We'll be here on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite and also on Friday for SmackDown. And, of course, the Royal Rumble for WWE on Saturday for that pay-per-view. It is Saturday night for anybody who's interested in the United States. You know, it's going to be Sunday morning for others.
You can bring Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt, the whole Playhouse. It don't matter.
Film says Stephanie Stratton is more prettier and more healthier than Mandy Rose. Sure. Sophie says at this rate, Charlotte would be her father's world championship reign by the end of the year.
Bianca.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Don't remind her.
She's trying to give you the illusion that her eyes are further apart. It's weird. Why would you go out of your way to make your eyes look further apart?
I have absolutely no idea, honey.
She's going to spare her eyes so she can watch her walk out with the Raw Women's Championship.
That's nice of her. It's very sweet.
She's very nice.
It's very polite of her to say that. I mean, she wants her to have her eyes, so she's not going to poke them out. It's always good.
Bianca's like, that bitch better keep my eyes out of her mouth. Wait, that come out right?
Sophie says at this rate, Charlotte would be her father's world championship reign by the end of the year. Robbie says Mandy makes enough money showing Mary-Kate and Ashley and flashing her pom-pom, so I doubt she misses wrestling. Sophie says Charlotte versus Bianca, it looks like they are setting up a match between them at some point. Chris says Bliss time. Robbie says Sonya thought she was a badass UFC fighter. She got bodied.
Yeah, you know, I don't know anything about her in the UFC. I don't know her
background or anything.
Sonya, or the other one, Shayna Baszler, I have seen her fight before in the UFC.
Chris says the Playhouse, Funhouse, Come House. Robbie says, oh my gosh, Bliss versus Esta LOL for that belt.
It's weird.
Sophie says Charlotte is at 14 championship reigns and Ric Flair is at 16 or 22 since there's been mixed info about that. Robbie says
there was a few that he lost, but he got back like the same day or like a couple days later when he went to Japan. He lost it a couple times, but they just didn't count it because when he came back to America, he was still the champion. So he went down there. So he wasn't part of the NWA anymore. So he goes down there with that title, loses it, and then at the end of the weekend gets it back, flies back to America. So the Americans never saw him lose it.
Right.
So does it count as 2 title reigns or does it count as 1? That's the bottom line.
Interesting. Well, I don't know.
I mean, what do you say? Because it's in Japan. It's like a show. It's for the Japanese, so the people there can enjoy their people being champion. So what do you say?
So he won it and lost it the same pay-per-view in Japan?
They did it over a weekend, like on a Friday, and then he won it back Sunday and left.
Oh. Well, let's put it this way. They consider Charlotte, that happened to Charlotte, that she won the championship both times. So they'd count it as wins.
Right. But, so say Charlotte's champion. So say this Wednesday she flies to Japan, wrestles there and loses it. Gets it back Sunday and flies back Monday and is on the show next Friday on SmackDown. But she still has, you've never seen any of it because they don't show that stuff on TV.
Well, it would still be considered a loss and a win.
Okay. But you would have never seen it and they wouldn't talk about it on TV. Is what I'm saying. If you were an American fan, you would have never known it happened.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Nowadays, it's a little different because you've got Twitters and
cable
and stuff. Back then, they didn't have that stuff.
Robbie says Bliss taking eye tips from HBK on how to look cross-eyed. Film says, I love my Bliss. Bentley says Raw 30 has been ish.
I keep hearing that. A lot of people like it. Some people don't.
Stephen Mitchell in the chat. Hey, Steven says, boring show since DX.
Yeah. That was a pretty good segment, though. You know, and I definitely like the Undertaker segment. Did you watch that one?
Harley says, I think we need to bow down to the Royal Queen, and that is...
Zelina Vega?
Just kidding. Daphne? Daphne? What's that? Who's that? What? Sophie says, how did you like that DX segment?
It was goofy, but that's what they were all about, so I understand. Like, it was good for what it was. I like the match that followed it, but like they were just saying, somebody in our chat was just saying, they only have so many good legends, and they've already used them all.
Yeah.
So now nobody can come out
They could
and
make
give a
it
big
bigger
pop.
than that.
Yeah, well, except for John Cena or Edge.
Right.
But Edge isn't, he's
Really
active.
a legend. He's still actively wrestling, supposedly. Chris says they should maybe send Sonya to NXT, make her champ like Mandy, and also push her to be a fighting machine like Shayna when she was NXT champ.
Right, and she's nice to look at, and she can cut promos.
Yeah.
Sonya's a different one than the other girls like that. She can cut a hell of a promo.
Robbie says 2 titles, it counts as Bentley Defo-Ben-ish. Sophie says, I don't know why there are people that don't like this show. Bentley message retracted. Sophie says, I like the Undertaker segment. Robbie says, I think he meant U.D. Daphne. Sure. Sophie says, it is interesting that Kurt Angle was part of that DX segment. He was the Billy Gunn.
I loved it. That was actually pretty funny. They're like, what are you doing here?
He just followed him down.
He's like, I just want to be part of DX.
And then he was like, I'm going to be a Raw.
So we have a no disqualification match, by the way, guys. They just announced that right before Raw started. So we knew this match was happening, but it's a non-disqualification match. Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory. So we could definitely get a new champion heading into the pay-per-view. What is this? What's going on?
Every loss, every epic rival,
Well, I know,
every
but what
turn
is it?
takes on new meaning.
Oh, by the way, they could bring Stone Cold in tonight at the end or something, and they still might do that.
Sit down, shut up, and watch the truth about the greatest stories. Superstar Sunday.
Returns February 19th. I got to write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. You need to write that down. Put a pen in it.
What was it called? Superstar?
Superstar Sundays. February 19th. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Would you look at that?
Write that down.
Would you look at that?
Write that down. Put a pen in it. Misty and Charles Hill winner, shaving our pit match, Bliss or Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany. Chris says Gunther versus Cody in the Rumble will be interesting. This is the most star-studded Rumble since probably 2012. Stephen Mitchell says, I hope it's at least an exciting match.
Right?
Maybe. Sophie says, I'm surprised that we didn't get a Steve Austin, The Rock appearance, or Vince. Robbie says, Rick, what
I was waiting
lad
for Vince
still
to show up.
shagging younger women at his age.
Look.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
Sophie says, don't the WWE have a pay-per-view the day before that Superstar Sunday thing?
They do. So it should be easy to remember because I'm sure they'll advertise it that night. What is that? Elimination Chamber? Is that what that one is?
Maybe. The 18th? That's
February 18th.
Thumb says, okay, nice pick. Robbie says, oh, Superstar Sunday. Oh, sounds so exciting. Mikey Castro is in the chat. This is Bobby
Mikey.
Lashley, WWE. Steven says, it has been said on a few different outlets that we will not get Vince on TV till at least Mania, if not after. I could see that. Chris says maybe Austin or Vince and a couple of men's. Sophie says, so the WWE have 4 straight days of events in February.
Can you imagine if after this match is over, because Austin Theory wins or whatever, and then you're, no chance, that's what you've got, Vince comes out.
Oh, God.
With him, you know, because he's his boy.
Right?
Or right before, and then Vince does his strut all the way down to ringside and sits there and does commentary for the main event. That would be my childhood dream.
Right.
He was my favorite commentator when I was a kid.
Robbie says, when will MVP wrestle?
I don't know. He hurt his knee a while back, and we haven't seen him back in the ring since. So maybe it's it was an ACL or something.
Maybe it's a permanent injury to his face. Mom says, who win in an armpit dinner match, Rhea or Charlotte Flair? I pick Rhea. Who do you pick, Missy and Travis? Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte always wins.
Harley says, who do you think goes into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Batista. And then the legend will be somebody, you know, they could do somebody like Owen Hart, but I doubt that's going to happen. What legend would they put in? Maybe somebody like an older legend from like the 80s or something. Is Brutus Beefcake in there? I feel like he should be if he's not.
Chris says,
Coco Beware.
Then Austin comes out and stuns everyone.
Yeah, just
Bentley
kicking
says,
everybody.
we need to get a new champ for all the titles. Sophie says, oh, Superstar Sunday is the second season of those shows that debuted last year on that A&E network.
Old A&E.
Chris says, we need Batista in Hall of Fame. I was like, Charlotte's, well, Stacey and Rhea will have to work together at Fantastic Pregnancy. Right. Stephen Mitchell says Rhea needs to go straight evil like her daddy was.
Rhea? Who's her dad? Or is her dad Dominic?
I don't think so.
Who's her dad? Her dad wrestle?
Her dad, I mean, like a main wrestler guy or something, like in one of the.
Is she a second generation wrestler? And I
stuff?
just hearing this now.
Robbie says, "Who actually watches that trash? The Hall of Blame? You, Robbie."
This song that they're playing here was on the wrestling game that I loved. That is funny because I played it all the time, but I can't remember the name of it. But this song almost was completely repeated constantly, nonstop.
Huh. Steven says her father was Big Viz. Sophie says John Cena is the cover star for the second time.
Big Viz. Like Viscera? John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, they're showing the game commercial. So I heard that they weren't going to release any of this stuff until the Royal Rumble. And now it was everywhere on Twitter today. I'm like, that isn't the Royal Rumble. Little elbow drop. I'm excited for this game. These wrestlers look legit when they were showing the stuff.
That's a weird song to put with that.
This one?
It's a weird song to put with this. Bang, bang, you shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. It's on Kill Bill is a song on the...
Right. Well, I've heard it on
whatever.
different movies, too.
On the movie album of that movie. For that one, anyways.
There's The Miz!
Robbie says, didn't you watch that trash legend? No, Robbie, I haven't watched any
It's
of
weird
the
that all
lanes.
3 covers are him, though. Usually they'll do like a third cover that's somebody else.
They'll make the biggest one like a big person, and then the other ones will be somebody else.
Yeah, but they don't get bigger than him.
I guess
They
not.
get equally as big, like Hulk Hogan or...
Chris says, love this theme. Wag says, NWO, Jake the Snake Roberts, China, Dusty Rhodes, Kane the Iron Sheik. Vindicator says, move to the music, still the best Raw song ever. Stephen Mitchell says, yes. And Wag says, is on WWE Rivals this year. Nice.
look behind him.
Says, WWE 2K23.
Why would they just have KO come in and interrupt it?
I don't know. Vindicator says, but all right, Travis and Dalitha. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Bye, Vin.
Bye,
Thanks
Vin.
for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you on Wednesday.
You're missing Kevin Owens. He just stunnered somebody.
Sophie says they didn't want to wait till the Rumble to show the game because the pre-order for it, I think, is today. Steven Mitchell says, oh, damn, it's Miz. Finley says the Miz is coming out. Who likes the Miz? Everybody likes the Miz.
I like The Miz.
I like the Miz. Robbie says
KO
D
has
with
a
his singing
bruise
voice
on
Britney
his
Spears would be
forehead.
jealous of.
You can't see it there, but when he comes down a little bit, he's got a black bruise.
Huh. Robbie, Britney Spears' voice was auto-tuned.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Totally.
My loneliness is killing me.
Travis sounds just like her.
And
The whole auto-tune and all.
I must confess, I still believe.
Some days, he wears her little cheerleading outfit for me and sings me the song.
I'm in class,
Hit me,
just
baby,
like...
one more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we do our role playing.
It's like that ski movie. The old lady comes in, she's like, you can keep that.
Yeah. It's funny.
See it there? You can see it now. Right between his eyes in the middle.
Kinda, yeah.
Look at that now. Looks like Texas.
Don't say that. He doesn't like Texas.
No, he hates Texas. Well, he's a Canadian. Most Canadians hate Texas. Oh, he's going to get stunnered again.
Oh, poor Miz.
I don't feel bad for him. Have you seen what he goes home to?
She's 40 now, and she still looks great.
Yeah.
Good for her.
40's the new 30 for her.
Chris says Miz walked so MJF can run. Stephen Mitchell says, oh, hell yeah, KO. Sophie says, I like with Cena showcase mode we get to play as his opponent, not Cena. Chris says, JS kidding, F Miz. Wag says, I watched Miz come to a baseball game in Cleveland.
Nice.
Phone says, okay, guys, it's time for me to go. See you guys on Wednesday, if not Friday. Bye. Peace. Love y'all. God bless America. Men's Arm Fest. I love WWE and AEW. Big heart and big hugs. All right. Bye, film. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you on Wednesday, my friend. If not, we'll see you Friday. If not, then we'll see you Saturday.
We're going to see ya.
Sophie says, I'm surprised The Miz isn't the cover star of the video game. Rob is like, haha, bang, bang, you shot me down. Sophie says, WWE 223 comes out
Look at the women's. They got 7. The men had 15.
How many more do they need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
They do
6,
they
7,
do
8,
30.
9,
It says it right
10,
there.
11, 12.
It said 30. They just didn't show a lot of the.
Oh, so they need 13 more?
Yeah. No.
No?
23 more.
Oh,
Pitch Black Night.
yeah, that many more. It's a lot of ladies.
Yeah, there's going to be some from NXT. There's going to be some legends coming back.
Robbie says, LOD, I can believe you guys actually do it. Sounds like you guys to a T laughing. D is in her 40s and still looks great. Thanks, Robbie. Wag says Ms. Jerry King Dolph was there. Jerry King, Jerry King Lawler
He
was
did call a match.
the commentating match when
See, there's
What's-His-Face was the ref.
There's the men, and there's 15 there.
We're like, we made sure you know that Cody's
2,
coming.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So we've got 15 unnamed for the men's and 23 for the women. A-Town down!
No, Jerry King, yeah, what the fuck? Okay, Wags, Jerry King Lawler was a commentator during the Street Profit Seth match versus those other guys. Who were they?
Imperium.
Oh, the Imperium. He came, and while Kurt Angle was the ref, Jerry Lawler was on commentary and sat next to Corey Graves. And then he asked, who's this guy?
Yeah,
he asked
didn't know who Kevin was
because he didn't know who the fuck he was. So we all made a joke about it. He must have been lost during that time.
I was lost.
Sophie says that always happens when it comes to a Rumble. The men has like 15 left and all the women have more. Harley's like a little freaky. Chris is like, Dewdrop return. She might. Wag says, my thing buff. Sorry, it's all right.
It's all good.
Steven says, Theory still looks like a punk. Bentley says, yard behind because I was in Theory is going out for me. Chris says, Grayson Waller and Theory would be an awesome heel tag team.
Put them together.
Sophie says, I bet with the Women's Rumble, that is where we get more surprises. Robbie says, is he still credible even if he lost the title?
Yeah, if they do it right. And I feel like he can tonight, and it is no disqualification. This is a no disqualification match. They announced that before Raw started. Byron Saxton did, actually.
Yeah.
It was legit.
Yep. Chris says, surprise no Dolph, said Big Bob, a.k.a. Bobby Roode, not there. Bobby Roode is broken. Bobby Roode had neck surgery, Chris. Nobody knew what happened.
Yeah, I just seen it on Twitter.
No idea. We hadn't seen him for a while, right?
Yeah.
Travis then saw a tweet from him, and he had neck surgery, like
he was in the hospital,
like neck surgery, and like Kurt Angle neck surgery. So we might never ever see Bobby Roode again wrestle.
I sure hope not, but
I hope that's.
I mean, I want to see him wrestle again,
but you never know with that stuff, guys. Like
necks are
it's just one of those things they just have to play by ear and see how things go. It's like
Jason Jordan went in for a routine neck surgery. They thought he'd be back in a few months. We haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
There's a prime example of what necks are like.
What could happen, yeah. Wag says, I think Gail Kim and Mickie James will be Rumble in women. I want to see Gail Kim versus Charlotte.
It would be neat to see Gail Kim in WWE again. It's been decades, I think, unless she's done like a little Royal Rumble appearance here or there or whatever. But she was really good in TNA.
Robbie says, so Theory won't be a mid-card if he loses the title? I don't know, will he?
Well, he's always a mid-carder, right? Like, he's still a mid-carder.
He's touching.
When are we going to get Bro back? When's he on his way back? Why is he... Oh, yeah, the drugs. I was like, why is he not there? I thought he was hurt for a second, but he's not.
Chris says, I know that I meant an appearance at least, right? Robbie says, no glorious Bobby. Wag says, no more updates on Big E anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what Bobby or what Big E's plans are either for the future.
Okay, so guys, this is what Big E said.
His is a different one. So we were talking about all these neck injuries. His broke. That's a different injury.
That's completely different. That's like scary fucking shit breaking.
Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't heal because there's no blood there. If it doesn't heal.
And he is 35. It was just his birthday, and he literally had a whole thing about how he planned on retiring at the age of 35 because he didn't want to wrestle past that age anymore. He literally said it. He said it. So, unfortunately, this might have just upped his plans of what he was going to be doing with his life, which means he might not ever wrestle. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. He could be world champion this time next year.
What's happening with his neck and his doctors and things like that. But it's one of those things where you never know what can happen. And you have to take into account that the older their bodies get, the worse it is for them to either recover or come back from things like those that happen. One wrong move can kill or permanently make them a quadriplegic. What would you want to see? Would you rather see them be healthy, happy, and actually live their life? Or do you want them to come back and wrestle, die on the mat, and you go, well, I don't understand why I came back if it was that bad. Like, that's the point I don't understand from you guys. Like, it makes no sense to me. Their health should fucking come first. Their health should come fucking first. No matter what.
Well,
to you as the fan, to them as a wrestler, for them as their families, and everything else that has to do with it. It is not a fucking joke when they go out. They have to be in shape to do the shit that they do. I understand it's for entertainment purposes, but they have to make sure when they go out there that they do not hurt themselves or others while they do it. And the shit that happens to those guys happens over time. Think about 20, 30 fucking years of doing this to your body. And they're getting up to a point where most athletes in any sport, it doesn't fucking matter what it is, your body literally starts breaking down by the time you're about 38. You're old.
He doesn't grow in a very good beard, does he?
No. It's very scraggly.
Here comes Bobby, the Almighty.
It's just one of those things where you have to figure out if your health is more important than entertaining masses. Because a lot of them take steroids too. And what do steroids do? Anybody know? Do you want to guess? And it doesn't matter if it's the old ones, the new ones, the synthetic ones, the ones they give to cows. I don't care what fucking steroids it is. Steroids break down your fucking body. They do not build you up. They break you down. That means, guess what? You have more possibilities of getting injury after injury and possibly death at an early age.
Bobby,
because it puts so much strain on your heart muscles.
Bobby's obviously the baby face in this one.
He is the baby face. He's like,
which I like Bobby as a baby face. It doesn't bother me.
Right.
Because he's one of those badass baby faces.
Right.
Like a Randy Orton type. Get it, Bobby. We need a title change. Although Austin Theory needs that championship to be relevant.
True.
But I'd rather see Bobby with a championship than not.
Yes.
But they could keep his demise coming, and then he can join the Hurt Business. Yeah. Except for I'd like the Hurt Business to be babyface.
I don't want him to join them. I want them to want him.
They are. I mean, he bugs them.
And be like, oh, we really want you. So he says, but Austin Theory just won the championship. I don't see him losing it that quickly.
She looks like the girl off of Young Frankenstein.
That, or she looks like the Zool off of Ghostbusters. Take your pick.
Zool. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one.
Sophie says, but also Theory just won the championship. I don't see him losing it quickly. Chris says, but Randy and Bobby don't want it to look weak. Robbie says, did Jason Jordan die? No, he's not dead. In fact, we saw him.
No, he was just on
He
Raw.
was with Kurt Angle when
Like
Kurt
2 weeks
Angle's
ago.
birthday.
Yeah.
When they did Kurt Angle's birthday celebration, Jordan was there, and he talked to him in the back with their whole whatever gimmick they did for father and son stuff.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he's not dead or anything.
Chris says Gail Kim hates Vince, so no.
Well, Vince isn't there really.
Bentley says message retracted. Sophie says, but doesn't Gail Kim have some problem with the WWE?
Probably.
Robbie says Mr. 420L, he needs to come back. Bentley says, do you know when Randy Orton is coming back? I don't know if you
There
know
it is.
Bentley.
It's official. The match has started.
Had a
Bobby
huge
grabbing him,
back
pushing him
surgery,
into the
and
ropes.
It didn't go quite as how they hoped it would.
Bobby pounding him in the
So
head.
we'll see on Randy. Another one right there. Another one.
Randy's his lower back, though. It's not neck.
Yeah, but still, it's still an injury that could cause a lot of problems.
It's spinal.
It's spinal. It's definitely.
He's definitely calling into work.
Wag says we share same B day. Ravi says Big E, he can't wrestle ever again, so he will be a commentator.
Maybe. And, you know,
So
he is a really good talker, so he could pull that off.
And he has been, if I remember right, Travis said he was going to be doing some coaching, and Sophie says it too.
Yeah.
He's a coach for the WWE, kind of like what Titus O'Neil have been doing, which is good because he can do that kind of stuff without physically getting active in it.
So this is a no disqualification match, meaning that
You can do whatever.
You can't get counted out.
Can't get counted out. You can hit him with chairs. You can do all kinds of
Look
stuff.
at this. This is gonna hurt. Oh.
Pinfalls or
Submission. That's
submission.
it. That's the only way to win it. But I'm assuming you still have to do that in the ring. It's not false count anywhere.
Yeah, they have to get him in the ring and do it. Got it.
So even if he takes him out in the street and throws him off the roof,
He has to
he
drag
still
his
has to
dead
drag
body
his corpse
back in.
back in.
Nice. Wax says Stone Cold prime example due to pile driver from Owen Hart.
Yep. Owen hurt him.
Yep. Robbie says, yeah, D, it's not ballet, is it? Sophie says, look at Randy Orton. People thought he would be back by now. Now he might never come back, and that stinks for whatever plans they had for him. And it stinks for him, too, right? Because he was at a part in his career where he could have become a champion again, and they should have made him a champion a couple more times.
And that would have been 16, then 17.
And now he might never get that, right? Shitty. McShitty shittertons. Just because his body gave up. His body gave up. He might not give up. His mentality
Is
might not
Austin
give
trying
up.
to get away?
I think so. He's just crawling under the thing.
And Bobby grabs
He's
him.
going to
pulls him
come
back
out with something and hit.
No.
Oh, I thought he was going to have something with
He's
him.
trying to hide.
Robbie's like, yeah, decent belly. I read that. Steven says, die on the mat is not cool. I saw Owen die. Not cool at all. Exactly. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, I remember
Nobody
watching
wants
that
to
pay-per-view.
see those guys die on the mat.
That was the
at
first
all.
match of the night, too. It was like immediate. And you're like, what the fuck?
Right. Wax says Paul meniscus tear, right? Or what Travis said, he tore both of his quads off of his whatever legs or whatever the fuck. Both of them at the same time.
No.
Or one right
One,
after
and
the
then
other.
got it fixed, came back and tore the other one. It's terrible.
Probably.
Now Vince, he tore both hamstrings. He ran down to the ring because he was mad at Batista and John Cena at the Royal Rumble because they had a draw.
Oh.
And so he ran down there and tore both of his hamstrings and got into the ring, crawled in, and was sitting on his ass yelling at them because he couldn't get up. That's some funny shit. That's classic stuff.
That's funny. Robbie says, like the health of the footy player on the NFL matters. Exactly. It does. It matters, right? It does matter. Robbie says, D with the rant, so good. Keep them coming. Sophie says, and there are some wrestlers that come back for injury quickly, like Triple H and Cena. Robbie's like, and series gives you a small pecker as well. So I've been told, yes, a small penis and big balls.
And a giant clitoris if you're a female.
Harley says, look at the... Steven says, do you think this will be a clean match? I don't know, maybe.
Of course
Bentley's
not.
message retractor, and Danny's in the chat. Hey,
Hey, Danny.
How's it going, Fred? How you doing? Say I remember it this time. I knew the name, so now I can say it.
Jump on there.
It says hi, T and D. Hello, Danny.
TD.
Sir, you need to send me that recipe. Robbie
Ooh.
says D would make a good WWE coach, could improve her gal Mia Yim. Oh, fuck that shit. That bitch, I would get rid of her. That fucking bitch could go find a dumpster. Wag says, you
Get in
guys
there,
think Goldberg
train.
is finally done?
And tell me why.
I don't know. Do you wanna go with?
Oh.
He wants to know if you think Goldberg is finally done.
No. I think we'll see Goldberg again somewhere at some point.
In
at
some
least
kind of
once.
weird storyline, hopefully not with kids involved, because those are weird.
I don't think it'll be a storyline. I think it'll just be a match in Saudi Arabia or something. Or it could be an AEW.
Right. Bentley says, I hope Bobby Lashley wins. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot of people that don't like Bobby, but I think he should be a champion.
Bobby needs to be world champion.
Yeah.
And I say it all the time. I wouldn't mind if he won
champion.
the Royal Rumble. But the only way that's happening, and they don't have enough time because there's only 6 days, is that if he joined, the Hurt Business came back together and they dominated for a while. And just because those groups work, those factions.
Right.
And then you'd have, the Hurt Business versus the Uso Penitentiary and the Bloodline.
Except for Cedric and Shelton aren't very good. Like, they've made him so poopy.
Well, but they could be in
him.
But they could be in the faction. Like, once you get the faction together, they could win matches.
Yeah.
And then they could be the Raw guys, and the other ones could be the SmackDown guys, and eventually they'll wrestle each other.
Yeah, I guess. Robbie says, D, man, you're so brutal. Yeah, it's just truth. Bill it like Old Berg. Please don't come back.
He's coming! It'll be at a Saudi Arabia show. And they screwed Bobby with that because Bobby was champion. Then they had to give the title to Big E. So Bobby wasn't champion when he lost to Goldberg. And then he never really gained it back. I think he won it one more time.
Shitty, yes.
But then he just lost it to Brock too fast. Like, it's just dumb.
It was dumb.
It's too fast.
It was so dumb.
Like, put the title on him and leave it alone.
Yeah.
And let him be an asshole and run it for a while.
Martha of Chicago's got donuts and coffee. Sweet.
Can't go wrong with donuts and coffee.
Night shift tonight. Wag says Amos Bobby tag team champs. No. So you would have the Hurt Business. You would have Bobby be a champion. Amos would just be your
muscle. He's the
Sequoia guy.
Solo Sequoia guy.
And then you'd have Cedric and Shelton be the tag team guys. And then you'd have MVP be Paul Heyman. It'd be the same fucking shit as the Bloodline, just a different group.
Yep.
Robbie says, has Bobby shrunk a bit, or is it just me?
Well, he's 46, so he's going to get smaller.
He might be, like, on one of his, like...
cycles.
The
down cycle. But, yeah, he's shrunk.
He might be on a down cycle. He looks a little softer.
He's never going to be as big as he once was.
And, yeah, he'll never be like that unless he pumps himself full of steroids some more and testosterone.
He's definitely on steroids. He can't look like that at his age.
Right.
But I'm just saying that he's getting to be 50.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look like that at 50.
No. Yeah, his middle's a little bit soft. He usually has like a six-pack going on, but his middle's a little soft.
I'm not even worried about the softness. I'm talking about his arms and his back. 1, 2. But he still looks good.
Yeah. Martha says, no night shift this time. Harley says, look at how many surgeries and injuries Undertaker has had in his 30-year career. Yeah, and look what guys they got to do some of his last matches to make sure he was okay. And his very last match with his big match with AJ Styles was all cinematic, basically.
Yeah, it was recorded. Like,
they recorded it. They did it over time. They didn't just say, we're having a match. So, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. It has to happen. Martha says, am I keeping myself awake? Yes. Robbie says, yeah, I agree with you, D. It was shitty. Shitty McShitters. Wag says, 8-minute warning. And Robbie says, D likes a bit of Bobby. The things you learn.
Oh, wow. Fire extinguisher to Bobby.
Bobby is definitely a specimen of a man.
Oh, he's got thrown head first into the steps. What was that?
What was what?
Whatever fell out of his face.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a bloody booger or something.
Maybe.
I can go there.
It's too late.
No, it's not.
It's too late.
This is way.
It's too late.
This is way behind.
Why is that color quantity loving a bit of Bobby? It's fine. People can appreciate nice-looking people. I appreciate nice-looking women.
Right here. So look at the ground.
Right. I saw something fall.
No, it's right in front of his face. It's right there. Now he blows it away.
Hello?
I don't know what it was. Maybe confetti.
It was his tooth. He was going to lose. Oh, here's that piece of gum I was losing earlier as my tooth. Come see.
All right. Well, they do have picture-in-picture, so we are still with it. Look at that again with the fire extinguisher. Is it because Bobby's so hot?
It is.
Or is it because he's fire?
It's because he's on fire. Robbie says, so do you appreciate Travis then? Why wouldn't I appreciate Travis? He dresses up like Britney Spears and sings me, that song. That. So, who wouldn't appreciate that? The hell? Jesus.
Hit me, baby,
too,
one more time.
Heidi the Highlanders in the chat says, never discharge an extinguisher in the eyes. That's it for this lesson, kids.
Yeah. We used to steal them from high school because they didn't have them bolted down. And we would take them in the parking lot or home or whatever.
Right.
And we'd spray each other with them. That's not what they look like.
No.
Those aren't real.
The powder?
It is a
whatever.
powder. That's like just a sauce, like a, what is that, dry ice?
Oh.
So it's just a
Foam
show.
Or something?
It's nothing. It's air that is colored.
Right.
But the real ones are a powder. They are not a foam. They're not anything weird. They're a powder that is a fire retardant, and it sucks. It tastes gross. It burns your eyes. It sucks in your lungs. we sprayed the shit out of each other. We've sprayed it in the car going 60 on the interstate. Like, everybody got it. We've done multiple things with those. Shot them with guns.
Right. Robbie says, Travis, the country singer voice, LOL. Robbie says they don't do picture-in-picture in the UK. He doesn't always sing with the weird country twang voice. They don't do picture-in-picture as in you're getting to watch the whole
You're getting a match right now, or are you getting a commercial?
Or you're getting full-on commercial. Martha says, I'm out of here already. Forget about it. That's how we say it the Chicago way.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
He's from Boston.
He sounds like he's from Chicago. Bentley says, I'll see you either Friday or Saturday. Robbie says, just ads. Did you get the Pizza Hut ad? Those things look disgusting. Oh, wait, I've had one of those. They're gross.
Let's see what Brandon had to say. I don't know why he doesn't come in the chat.
What a jerk.
He said something about the chills, though.
Ka-pa-cha!
The Undertaker American Badass came out. I got the chills. Yeah, it was awesome.
He got the chills.
I got it when Hogan came out, so yeah.
What happened with the chills?
What the fuck? Nothing happens with the chills. You just get excited.
Oh, come on, Travis. Sing us a song.
I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control. 'Cause the power you're supplying multiply.
That's how you guys feel about The Undertaker. That's disgusting. Sickos.
You better shape up. 'Cause I need a man. Boom!
Somebody please take that segment of WWE Raw tonight and put that music with it. Because the music makes all of it.
There it goes. Bobby Lashley. Oh, went for the spear right into a foot instead.
He got a foot.
Austin Theory. A tap down through a table. No, Bobby, her business. Her luck. Oh, hit him with that. But there's no rules. There's no rules.
Donkey kicked him in the nads.
You don't need nuts.
Steve's like,
oh.
Luna says, see you Wednesday, everyone. Bye, Luna.
See ya.
Robbie says, but if I was watching on my box, the USA Network, I would have got the picture-in-picture.
Brock Lesnar! I told you there was going to be one more. I just didn't know who it was going to be.
It's Brock.
So Brock coming down
Lesnar.
for Bobby?
Kitty,
because we want to see the Bobby match, but Bobby's a babyface right now. So does that turn Brock back heel?
I don't know, maybe.
Because he's not coming down to beat up Austin, is he? Although that would be sick as fuck if he just...
That would be hilarious. I want him to do that. Just beat the fuck out of Austin Theory.
Beat Austin Theory
Come on and beat him up. Beat him up! Gothflesh is like, okay, and Bobby says, oh yeah, that's jokes, Travis. Do you making me laugh so hard my cheeks hurt? Yeah.
Nope,
Steven's
right
like,
after
Brock
Bobby.
Lesnar. Oh man, not more Bobby stuff. Come on, man.
F5.
Oh my god, can you please, control yourself?
You talking about a cat?
No.
Look at him, his feet. He's paralyzed. No, guess what, guys? Austin Theory getting some too.
Yes.
But on to Bobby.
I want him to see that part. Hey, don't bite me. It's rude.
And it's over. 14-20.
So he attacked Bobby, and then he attacked Austin, put him unconscious, and threw his dead body on top of him. So how did he win, and why is it over, and I don't get to see any more of it?
Because he pinned him.
Who pinned who?
He did it to Austin Theory onto Bobby, and Bobby was under him, and he got pinned.
But Bobby got pinned?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because he F5's Theory right here. You'll see it. See? Onto Bobby.
Right, okay.
And that's it. 2 and 3. They're like, Brock, get out there. You got 30 seconds to go beat up 2 men. No problem.
And then they went straight to they left it. They cut it completely off, like, right away. Like, and...
Yeah, they didn't wait.
They didn't fucking wait around with that shit.
No, they ran out of time.
It's rude. Let's see. Steven was like, Brock Lesnar. Bobby's like, Travis should sing more. It's too funny with D or reactions. Steven said, that sucked, man. Bentley says, peace out. I'm leaving. Wag says, taking the trash out. Yes. Taking the trash out. All right, everybody. That's the end of the 30th Raw. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully some of you got to see all the legends that you wanted to see out there and all that good stuff. We're going to be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. I don't know if anything crazy is happening that night, but it is that night we're there. So
it should be a good one. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. See you in 48 hours.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
bye.